The Score, the place for local sports, now presents another live local broadcast of high school sports. No one does more live local play-by-play than The Score does. Local Sports on The Score is brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, and one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts now. Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984. Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. Connected Credit Union, building lifelong relationships. Get connected, stay connected. KVFCU, invested in you. Skowhegan Savings Bank, making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Tire Center, they beat any price. Route 201 Skowhegan. Flagship Cinemas, a better cinema experience. See you at the movies. KMD Driving School in Oakland, teaching your kids to drive for over 25 years. SBS Carbon Copy, Main Street, Waterville, where printing is personal, not puzzling. Manchester Motors, your Coyote tractor dealer. We dig dirt. Casella Waste, for your residential and commercial trash pickup. Computer Improvements in Skowhegan. From sales of computers and accessories to service, we are your go-to computer store. Height Chevrolet in Skowhegan. Our family is here for your family. Your team from your town plays here. Now with a play-by-play, here's Mike Violet and A.J. Knight.
Tonight from the home of the Hornets, the Leavitt Hornets, Libby Field here in Turner, where tonight the Leavitt Hornets are ready to dance and take on the Cony Rams. Welcome to our broadcast. I'm Mike Violet. He's A.J. Knight. Ashley Knight running camera right now. Galen Neal will join us to run camera later on. And anytime we get a worthy mascot, and the Leavitt Hornet is worthy, we get a camera shot. So we start tonight with the Leavitt Hornet on camera, and the Leavitt Hornets are the defending Class C champions after running the table last year and beating the field all the way through. They won the Class C championship, and on that table were Class C teams, of course, Class B teams like the Lawrence Bulldogs, Class A teams like the Oxford Hills Vikings. They took on all comers, and they vanquished all of them.
Factual.
Well, that was when Noah Carpenter was here, who frankly is the best high school football player I have ever seen. Noah Carpenter has graduated, now playing at the University of Maine, football and baseball, I might add. So to fill his shoes, no big deal. Brock Poulin is the guy who's got to fill his shoes. So Leavitt off to a tough start, AJ, 1-2 so far this year.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, and for I think those that follow Central Maine sports in our more regular coverage, right? Skowhegan, kind of a little bit of, I think, a similar story. Skowhegan has that really dominant team, wins Class A state championship.
In 22,
And then the next year you kind of have a ton of new faces, and you sort of have to pay the credit card bill basically afterwards.
The credit card bill fiddler.
Yeah, it comes due as you load it up and you win a state championship. It was absolutely worth it, but then you got a lot of inexperience the next year, and that's the case with this Leavitt Hornets team before we even get to the injuries, obviously, for tonight.
Which we're going to get to for sure, but I want to read you the words of Cony coach B.L. Lippert when I emailed with him this week and asked him about this matchup with the Cony Rams. First of all, Mike Hathaway, the head coach at Leavitt and Bia Lippert are best of friends. We were at the Elite Passing Camp this summer, and you're going to hear more about that as we go through the fall here on The Score. But they're best of friends. They've been doing that camp together for years. Their kids all know each other. But here's what he said when I asked him about the Leavitt tough start. Leavitt is Leavitt. I don't care what the record is. They have a ton of great players, a huge roster, and they do. Seems like they've got 100 kids out there in the field right now and a history of winning. So there's that, and there's also a player on the Leavitt Hornets who is one of the most dynamic athletes in the state of Maine. He is number 1 in your program. His name is Mason Henderson. What's dynamic about him? He runs the 100-meter sub-11.
So what you're telling me is, like, if he gave me a 90-meter head start, he'd still beat me to 100
meters. You would lose.
Meters. Yeah.
You would get the bronze. So we'll keep an eye on him tonight, and can Brock Poulin find a way, and Mike Hathaway find a way to get him the football against a Cony team that does certainly have some good speed on defense and has defended well this year. But you mentioned the injuries. There are key players out. Randon Hutchinson, a sophomore for the Leavitt Hornets, is out of the lineup tonight, and Anderson Noyes for the Cony Rams, also a sophomore. 2 key players, so they will have to each team make up for the absence of those players.
Yeah,
tonight.
Noyes, a big absence for Cony, because one of the reasons we feel like there is the expectations of being able to compete for a state championship this year is Noyes did bring a dynamic to Cony this year that I think was lacking last year, in which we saw, I think, a commitment from the Rams to be physical, but then the ability to salt away games. We saw it against Meso, where Cony got up big, kind of took their foot off the gas, and then the Eagles sort of made the score a little bit closer. We saw it against Lawrence, and up until last night when you and I had Bangor and Lawrence, it's been a long time since I've seen the Bulldogs be pushed around like Cony did to kind of close out that game.
Now twice after Bangor doing it last night. So I asked the opposition, Mike Hathaway of the Leavitt Hornets, about the Cony Rams. Here's what he said. Cony's defense is a blitzing stack 3-3. That gives offenses a hard time. Their first-level guys get off the ball well. They have a good mix of size and scrap, and they do up front. Their second-level guys all move well. They have great athleticism there and in the secondary. They're a tough team to throw on with a number of athletes that they have out there, and they put pressure on the quarterback. And I think that's one aspect of the game tonight that we can look at, is the athleticism of both sides and the speed of both sides. There's a lot of guys who can really move. We're going to see a quick up and down game tonight. Going to be spread all out, because if you think Cony spreads it out, wait till you see what Leavitt does.
Yeah, both teams run the spread. You see highlights from 2 Cony games. We've had the season opener at Meso, and then following that, we'll get to the Bulldogs game. For Leavitt, the injury is double ding for them, because obviously you talk about starting running back as you're retooling, getting experience as a team, also a linebacker. On the other side, Noyes has added that, I think, just contributed to that physicality that the team was looking for. That being said, for Cony, I think a lot of teams would like to be able to, unfortunately, lose an Anderson Noyes and be able to go to an Anderson St. Onge, who last year really filled in when they had an injury at the running back position, who I know specifically Coach Hathaway pointed out in his discussions with you and I ahead of this game is really good in the screen game. And then something else to watch out for, as I have not been doing too bad in my predictions for high school offenses, I would imagine Parker Moore, and again, specifically in the red zone with his length and some of his physicality, but I would watch him to potentially be involved a little bit in the run game just to give them another dynamic and another look for the Rams.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Central Maine Community College, more than just a community college, with over 40 academic degrees and certificates and one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. In fact, free tuition still in play. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts now at CMCC. We will take a timeout as we head toward Cony and Leavitt here at Libby Field in Turner. We're back after this with more of our pregame show on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Mike Violet and AJ Knight back here. We are at Libby Field in Turner here at Leavitt High School. Leavitt Hornets and the Cony Rams about 10 minutes away from getting things on. So I looked up the Crabtree standings on the MPA website, and right now Leavitt, with their 1-2 record, is third in the Crabtrees in Class C. That is completely updated as of this morning. Freiburg Academy now with a loss after last night's loss to Falmouth. So Freiburg's still number 1. Cape is number 2. Leavitt's number 3. What I looked at was the opposition winning percentage of the teams that Leavitt has played. Take a guess as to what it is.
Well, obviously they have a win, so two total losses because Freiburg lost. That's my guess.
But the opposition win percentage is 81.82%.
Pretty
so
good.
they played iron so far.
Tough schedule.
Tough schedule so far. And let's now take a look at that tough schedule so far for the Leavitt Hornets that's got them to this point. They played Winthrop, Monmouth, and Halldale, got whipped 30-0. Then they turned around and whipped Brunswick 42-0, and then they played the Deering Rams last week, and Deering is playing some great football. Brendan Scully, a Messalonsky guy, has that program turned around down there at Deering in Portland, 35-6. So we've got Leavitt a little bit angry, too. Some angry Hornets, not necessarily a good thing, kind of like the angry Rams we saw last night in Fairfield.
Yeah, I think Coach Hathaway pointed out specifically, obviously, during their last game, he thought that they were solid initially, but Deering was really physical with them, thought his team ran out of gas. I think that'll be interesting to see, as we know what the MO is with Coach Lippert, right? You were joking with coaches here Cony coaches up here in the press box with us, that not their style of game to do that. But one of the things that I think has led to such a successful start for them is they have been able to diversify their offense. Noise has been really solid. They've committed to, I think, a physicality, especially we saw against Lawrence, and it'll be interesting to see how much they dial that up, especially, as we said, given the fact that Leavitt's probably going to want to spread it out and potentially up the pace themselves.
Yeah, so I think it's really going to be a game where it's like looking in the mirror. It's like that meme of the two Spider-Mans going at each other. It's very, very similar. So let's look at what the Cony Rams have done so far this year. We had the opener, 33-27 over Messalonsky. They ran out to a big lead, held on to win that, scored 33, but defensively some holes there. Second game, of course, we had that one as well. That's when they were down 14-7 to the Lawrence Bulldogs and blitzed them the rest of the way, 35-7, and won 42-21. An extremely impressive win. Then they played the best team that B.L. Lippert says that there is in Class B, north or south, and that's Falmouth.
Not Tappaja, but I believe it's national anthem.
All right, let's get a timeout. We'll come back with football next on The Score.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity, where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
For the safety of you and your family, 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything. Tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims? Yup, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta Vassalboro line.
Is it time for an auto loan? The team at Connected Credit Union will focus on an affordable monthly payment to fit your budget, while offering you a low rate and great service. Give our loan team a try for your next auto purchase. The added convenience of applying online or using our mobile app is just one more way Connected Credit Union makes your financing easy. Get connected, stay connected. Federally insured by the NCUA, member eligibility required.
At Haight Chevrolet in Skowhegan, our family is here for your family. And our family has been providing affordable, reliable transportation to families in central and western Maine for 113 years. You don't have that kind of longevity in the car business without building strong, trusting relationships with customers from one generation to the next. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned, financing, or special incentives, your shopping experience is always stress-free at Haight Chevy. Haight Chevrolet on Madison Avenue as you turn into Skowhegan. You'll also find the Haight family of dealerships in Madison and Farmington.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher,
an HVAC technician,
pediatric nurse. Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect,
physical therapist,
I'm going to be a lawyer,
or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor,
a machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer,
an athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. 'Cause every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades. And Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts. So your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, our score crew back here on Saturday nights at Libby Field here in Turner at Leavitt High School, the home of the Hornets. And the Hornets will get their hands on the football first. Cony won the toss. They have elected to defer. So the Rams will kick off and have the ball to start the second half. Tonight's game is brought to you by Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. By 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. And by Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer, sales and service by a family that cares. We are set to go. Cony, Class B North. They are 2-1. Leavitt, Class C South, they are 1-2. Matt Boston, ready to kick it off and back deep. The speed of Mason Henderson, number 1. As Boston marks it off.
What's the conversion rate of an 11 by 100 meters to 100 yards?
Get the calculator out, my friend. Boston, ready to kick it off. Jeff Mertzel, the referee, gives him the signal, drives it. And Henderson has to run over and get it at the 10, bobbles, picks it up. At the 15, look out outside to the 20, 25. There's the speed. He flashed it enough there. And Henderson is run out of bounds. Let's get the spot here. It's going to be the 34-yard line. So that's where Leavitt will start, 1st and 10. From the 34, with quarterback Brock Poulin. Where's number 18 for those of you watching our live stream? Leavitt not all spread out here on first down. In a shotgun formation for Poulin, replacing Noah Carpenter. Actually, it's Keegan Rainey in at quarterback, and I had heard that we would see some of Keegan Rainey. So Rainey running the show here at quarterback, wearing number 33. And on first down, a good gain all the way up to the 39-yard line. So give the ball carrier 5, and I'm sorry I didn't see who it was. So a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5 at the 39-yard line. So Keegan Rainey is at quarterback. In the shotgun, showing blitzes Cony. Rainey, first down, 40, and to the 45 to the 46-yard line goes Rainey, before he's finally dropped on the play by Cony's David Fry. So Fry with the tackle, but a first down run for Keegan Rainey, 1st and 10 at the 46. So a little change up to start things here by Mike Hathaway, going with Keegan Rainey at quarterback rather than Poulin. Rainey stays in there at quarterback. The H-back, 87, is Josh Blaze, who's basically a blocking back. And, of course, they'll give him the ball after I say that. Off right tackle, he pounds over the 50 down to the 47. Finally tripped up there by Ethan Demmons, one of the best defenders on this Cony team. And right out of the gate, AJ, the Leavitt Hornets dominating the line of scrimmage, and that brings Boda King Jones into the lineup, big number 79. He'll clog some holes.
And of course, we talk about how this is going to be a track meter spread, and the announcer Jesus curse. By the way, that was the second carry for 87, Mike. So he was the first on the first one.
Gotcha. Good eyes. So 87 now. Josh Blaze to the right. A lineman in the backfield shifts, as does another running back. And here's Rainey keeping it himself. 45, slants off the right side to the 40. And the Hornets have come out, and they're blasting huge holes. And they are putting an offensive lineman, Kaven Jones, in the backfield as an extra blocker. And they are smashing the football all the way down to the 40 now.
Yeah, Reagan and Blaze have carried each twice, 4 carries, 26 yards.
So 1st and 10 Leavitt from the 40-yard line. We're just underway here at Libby Field in Turner on Saturday night. Rainey comes out in the gun. He's got 2 men in the backfield. I hesitate to call them backs to his left. Now coming in motion is Henderson. Jet sweep to Henderson. He's tripped up. No, he's not. He bounces off that, and he gets somersaulted down at the 36-yard line. On the tackle for Cony was Carter Brown, but, Henderson gets his hands on the ball, and until he is on the ground, you are holding your breath. He picked up 4 there.
Yeah, that was a nice job turning him back inside where more Cony tacklers could get to him. But, Mike, maybe Coach Hathaway watched their game last night, saw what Bangor did, and said, you know what? That's a good idea. 44 straight rushes.
Works for me. And it works for him. 3 in the backfield for Keegan Rainey. Going in motion is Garcia. Garcia gets the jet sweep. Garcia right side, big hole down the sidelines, 20. And Garcia's inside the 15. Ian Garcia rips off a biggie, and he is down inside the 10. It should be goal to go for the Leavitt Hornets. Actually, they put him out just short of the 10. So it is 1st and 10. Just outside the 10. They can record a first down without a touchdown.
26 yards on that one. 4 different ball carriers already here for the Hornets, and obviously no passes.
All kinds of depth in that backfield, and Mike Hathaway is using all of it. Keegan Rainey at quarterback. Henderson is one of the men in that backfield. He was wing left. Now we got a whistle. And we've got a timeout. Mike Hathaway takes a timeout. 8:17 left in the first quarter. Leavitt is driving. Zip, zip. Cony and Leavitt, a quick break back after this on the Score.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a biweekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
It is a beautiful Saturday night for football. It seems odd to say that, but it is a beautiful Saturday night for football here in Turner. Game time temperature 64 degrees, a bit of a breeze blowing left to right as you watch it if you're watching our live stream. And the breeze has not bothered the Leavitt Hornets, who have blown their way right down the field from the 34-yard line to a 1st and 10 at the 11 for Keegan Rainey. Rainey, the quarterback, wearing number 33. Waits for the direct snap in the gun. Henderson in motion. Fakes the jet sweep. Keeps it himself. He bounces off the right side near the 5. On the tackle there for the Cony Rams. He just came into the game. Big number 79, Bodie King-Jones. But not before Rainey got to the 6. So give him a 5-yard pickup. It is 2nd down and 5 at the 6. They can get a first down without a touchdown. An impressive first drive by Leavitt, all on the ground.
There was a big hole there in the middle. Cody did a nice job collapsing. It looked like initially on the snap, Rainey was going to just be able to waltz into the end zone.
Rainey has Jones, big 73, as a blocker in the backfield. Man coming in motion, Garcia. Garcia, there's a flag down. Garcia's down too. Good defense on the play by David Fry. And there was a flag down. We'll have our first penalty of the game. And I would imagine it's on the offense. Jeff Mertzel clears everybody out. Quick consult.
A long discussion.
Thrown by the referee, I believe, or maybe it was the line judge. Here's the call. It's procedure. So it is on the offense. So 1 for 5, illegal procedure. So that'll set him back to the original line of scrimmage. Just outside the 10, we'll call it the 11.
Wait, Mike, why did he march inside the 5?
I don't know.
Looks like there's confusion here by the refs, it looks like. Maybe they need to go back in that group huddle.
Now Jeff Mertzel is calling the line judge over. Leavitt breaking the huddle, and one of the officials puts up the stop sign.
Hold on a second there, fellas.
We need to get him a yellow vest because he was directing traffic there like he was a flag man.
The officials missed the spot of the tackle. They didn't know where to spot the ball. What was that tackle?
Behind the 10.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah, it was definitely.
Answering Cony
Definitely behind
question.
the 10.
It was a TFL.
Yep. All right, so more.
We'll take a look at the Mid-State Machine replay. We got a second here.
Sure, do it.
Yeah, he got first contact's about the 10, so I think forward progress is about the 10.
Okay.
Because he took that basically long sweep, and he got hit immediately. That was Garcia.
And B.L. Lippert's got his hands up in the air as if to say, what the hell's going on?
No way. He's behind the 10.
I'm really confused because the penalty was on Leavitt, right?
Yeah. Now the ball is spotted inside the 10-yard line. That's ridiculous. That is absurd.
What?
So it's going to be 2nd down and 4 or maybe less than that. They're starting the clock, shifting in the backfield. Rainey calls signals, going to run it to the right with a wall in front of him. Cony does defend it well. He doesn't get the touchdown. He might be close to the first down. I don't understand what we just saw at all.
So what I'm being told from those that heard the announcement is that Cony didn't decline the penalty because it was negative yards, but then they spotted the ball wrong.
Okay, all right, so they declined the call. So it is 4th down at the 4-yard line, so it's 4th and 3. 4th and 3. So that was a decline of the penalty by Cony, which is good strategy, but the ball placement was wrong.
Yeah, so they gave him forward progress on the 9, as we saw there, and then you get about 5 there from
4th and 3. Rainey brings a man in motion, keeps it himself, drives up. Is he in? No signal. Cony says no. Now, remember, he could get a first down and not score a touchdown. So let's unpile everyone and take a look.
I think that's the ruling.
It is short. And Cony is able to bend but not break. And the Rams are going to take it over at their own 3-yard line.
Wow, so he got about a yard. Good stiff defense there from Cony to get the 4th down stop.
A 63-yard drive by the Leavitt Hornets falls short. So 63 yards for nothing. And they did take about 5.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Parker Morin and the Cony offense. Morin in his own end zone, hands it off there to Anderson St. Onge, and he gets plowed. St. Onge was lucky to get out of the end zone. St. Onge filling the void of Anderson noise, one Anderson for another. Ethan Demmons coming in for Cony with the play. And
Mike, you got a better look at that than I. That back at the 1?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Looks like the 1 from here. It might be the 1.5. So we'll call it 2nd and 11. Wide to the right side, Cooper Clark. Morin's going to throw it out of the end zone. Loads it up, going long, has a man, and it's overthrown. Intended downfield. The intended receiver was Nick Pion, I believe, 28.
That's a name we haven't called yet this season. Yeah, freshman according to our roster.
Yeah.
It's a good size. It's one of the things Coach Hathaway talked about in our pregame discussions was obviously Demmons leads the wide receiver corps, but one of the things he pointed out was they got some size in the wide receiver room.
Boy, 3rd and 11, and if you don't get a first down here or any yardage, you're going to be punting from the shadow of your own goalpost. Man in motion. Morin drifts right, looks to throw, fires sideline, and it is caught! Cooper Clark with a big catch and a great throw by Morin. He threw it to where Clark was the only receiver or the only player who could get a hand on it. And Clark, a first down catch at the 15. That is a huge play. Gets Cony out of a hole.
Yeah, no joke, because it gives the Rams, obviously, they don't have to punt. But we've seen this Cony offense. They can kind of get rolling once they get one positive play.
Morin from the gun, 2 and 2. Fakes, throws over the middle. Good catch by Demmons. And Demmons angles up to the 25. That is close to a first down.
That was a shoestring, possibly touchdown-saving tackle right there. They gave him the 26. That's 11.
That's a well-executed play by the Cony offense. So very quickly, the Rams out of a hole that began at their own 3. They have advanced it to the 26. Morin with 3 and 1. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. The handoff left side, St. Onge. St. Onge looks for the corner, puts his head down, squirts up to the 29, close to the 30. Not a bad gain after all.
And again, worth noting, Noyes, I think, got a little bit of an opportunity, not because he wasn't in town, but St. Onge was dinged to start the season.
Yes.
And then, again, losing Noyes with the injury currently for the Rams. St. Onge filled in last year for the back half of the season, so it's not like you have some inexperienced running back coming in for the Rams.
All right, so a 4 3-yard game, we'll call it 2nd and 7. Morin late and dropping the football. The handoff there to St. Onge never got through, and it's a turnover. A turnover by Cony, a bad exchange between the quarterback, Parker Morin, and Anderson St. Ange, who never had the ball. He tried to hand it late, AJ.
The problem is, as you saw from the Mid-State Machine replay, we could show it to you one more time. Cony Morin tried to ride that a little bit too long, and then St. Ange moving forward, and they're fighting over it basically.
Yes.
And it's a fumble.
All right, so back out on the field. The Leavitt offense. The Hornets led by Keegan Rainey at quarterback. No, they've made a change. Brock Poulin is in there now. Let's see if they throw it. Nope, they're going to keep it on the ground. They hand off inside.
Garcia.
And that was Garcia. No, it was not Garcia. It was 15 Landon Daigle.
Take a quick look here.
I believe it was Daigle. Daigle is a senior slot who Mike Hathaway told me would carry the ball. And, yeah, he's a slot
correct.
right,
Yep,
yeah.
You're correct.
All right, so Poulin is at quarterback, and Rainey is behind him as a tailback. Rainey gets the give, gets through the middle, and goes down at the 21 yard line. So Rainey now is a running back after being a quarterback on the first series. And the tackle made on the play by the Cony Rams, Diesel Cox, one of the members of the all-name team.
That is an understatement. Yeah, Rainey, I think, is their backup running back. But one of the things Coach Hathaway noted last week, he came in and led a couple, I think, touchdown drives as the quarterback.
3rd down and 3. Line of scrimmage, the 22. 3:15 to go in the first quarter. No score. Leavitt trying to convert on a Cony turnover. Here is jet sweep to Henderson. Henderson outside with that great blazing speed, and he squirts ahead, has a first down and much, much more. Mason Henderson.
How about that? Not even speed. That's a little bit of ballet class with that tiptoeing and a little bit of power to not get tackled.
And all the way down to the 7. That is goal to go. That's a 15-yard gain and a first down for Mason Henderson, the junior sprinter.
Yet to see a pass here from this Leavitt offense.
Henderson checks out. Coming back in is Landon Daigle, the senior slot. Clock at 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. The ball on the right hash, the wide side, the left side for Brock Poulin. Rainey, his running back. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Snap to Poulin. Poulin hands to Rainey. Smashes through and gets down to about the 3. At the bottom of the pile there for the Cony Rams was Tibbetts. On the tackle, Tenny Tibbetts.
How about that? It's already Rainey's 7th carry.
Yes, he's been busy, that's for sure. So 2nd down and goal to go at the 4. No score, but Leavitt oh so close after the turnover by Cony on a fumble on the exchange between Morin and St. Ange. Here's the direct snap. Poulin hands it off. Rainey plows with some help from that offensive line, but a surge of red and flying up to make the stop that finished him off, Caden Veyu, the junior linebacker. So Rainey with a surge, and then he got stopped and pushed back to the line of scrimmage of the 4.
He's a little slow there. Good shot from Galen. We got a close-up there. Rainey trying to walk it off.
Coming back into the Cony defense, Diesel Cox.
Wow, no gain on that one.
So 4th and goal at the 3. 3rd and goal at the 3. And Rainey is back at quarterback. He's got a wall right side. He goes through that wall, and he does not get in.
Cony
did not get in. Cony got over there, and that wall included 3 offensive linemen. And did he get a first?
No, because it was started first and goal at the 7th, right?
It was 3rd down, so now it's 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like based on what we could see here, again, a little bit tough angle, it's 4th and about the length of the ball.
Yeah, 4th and goal. Less than a yard to go. Less than a minute to go in the first. Poulin back at quarterback. Rainey right to his right in the shotgun. Now he shifts him to the left. 4th and goal at the 1. Henderson jet sweep, and Henderson is in for the touchdown. Mason Henderson on a 1-yard run It comes with 38 seconds left in the first quarter, and it caps off a 40-yard drive. So Henderson, one of his shorter touchdown runs. In fact, a 1-yard run is the shortest run. And ready to kick the extra point, Keegan Rainey. Snap good. It is down. He drives it. And it is good. 38 seconds left in the first period. And the Leavitt Hornets convert on a fumble by Cony. Take it in for a score, a 1-yard run by Henderson. The score here in Turner at Leavitt High School is Leavitt 7, Cony nothing. More football in a moment on the score.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
All right, the Leavitt Hornets take advantage of a turnover by Cony. Bad exchange between Parker Morrison and Anderson St. Onge. Ended up on the ground. Hornets take it in. They lead at 7-0. 38 seconds left here in the first. And Keegan Rainey, who just showed himself to have quite a leg, will not kick off. It'll be Landon Rainey. Well, so Keegan does the extra point, keep it in the family, and let Landon kick off.
Interesting to see Cony kind of down location on the field played a factor, but both teams really committing to that run early.
Ethan Demmons to the far side at the 15. I can't pick up the number on the near side. Might be 22. Might be Matt Boston. Anyway, Landon Rainey, a lefty. Drives it down. Hey, they can kick here in Turner. At the 15 to the 20, 25, and ahead of steam up the field is Raymond. That is Demarion Raymond showing some great speed. Shake that back, it was neither of them. It was Colton Colby, the freshman, showing some speed. So it was number 30 on the return, and he returned it officially to the 44-yard line. That's a 29-yard kickoff return for the Cony Rams.
Good field position, much better starting field position this go around.
So 1st and 10, Cony from the 44. 31.9 seconds left, 7-0 here in the first quarter. Cony comes out, all spread out, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Anderson St. Onge in the backfield behind Parker Morin. 5-6 men on the line of scrimmage. Late handoff again, and it doesn't work. St. Onge is swallowed whole. On the bottom of the pile there for Leavitt, Josh Blaze, the senior.
Yeah, I think St. Onge actually lost a couple too. Morin not doing him any favors there. As you saw there again, Morin holding that to last possible second, which I know you're supposed to do, but St. Onge, they got a
pretty good spot there. So a negligible loss, and that's going to run the clock down all the way down to 0. So one done here on a Saturday night special at Libby Field here in Turner. The score at the end of one, the Leavitt Hornets 7, the Cony Rams nothing. You're watching and listening to high school football Saturday night special on the score.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com, where printing's personal, not puzzling.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight back here at Libby Field at Leavitt High School. Time for our first quarter breakdown, brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. The story of the first quarter, the breakdown is a fumble, a breakdown offensively by the Cony Rams, a fumble on an exchange between Morin and St. Onge, recovered by Leavitt at the 40. They take it in, a 40-yard drive, capped off on a 1-yard run by Mason Henderson. Rainey with the extra point. 7-0 Leavitt. That's the first quarter breakdown. It's brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. All right, here we go, second quarter. Cony, second down and about 11 after the loss there. Got 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Morin. Rolls to his right, throws back against it, and hammered there, Landon Perry. The ball came out. It is not a fumble. He never had possession of it. And a licking put on him there by Josh Blaze. That might be the hit of the year. Ooh, holy smokes.
Galen wants to see that one again. Good. Mike, next time I say hospital throw, that's what I'm talking about. That was a hospital throw.
It was, and Josh Blaze had the radar working. He laid him out, and it was good to see Landon Perry actually get up. Whew. So 3rd and 11. Morin in the gun. He has 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Parker back to throw. Has time, flips it, and it's incomplete, intended for St. Ange. Right there, just as the ball got there on coverage, the speedy Mason Henderson, who's got great closing speed. 3 and out for the Cony Rams.
Yeah, that was great defense. Saw Henderson time that really well, make contact, get his hand up there to disrupt the catch.
So Morin will stay in and punt. Brock Poulin, the quarterback, will step back, that is, to return the punt. He is inside the 30. He'll be about the 25. Morin will get rid of it about the 35. Snap is good. Good punt. High and over. And Poulin calls fair catch and makes the catch at the 25. And Leavitt will start there, 1st and 10. Their first drive of the second quarter at their own 25.
Whew. Glad to see.
Dizzying pace here in the first quarter.
But I'm just glad to see Perry get up. Oh,
yes.
Boy.
He got absolutely pasted.
How about this? Here you go, Mike. Cony, 4 rushes, -1 yard, and a fumble lost, and then Morin is 2 for 5 now.
Yeah, sputtering offense in the first. Couple of good plays, including that 3rd down play deep in their own territory. Now here's Leavitt back at it with Brock Poulin at quarterback. Rainey is his running back. Coming in motion, Henderson. Fake the jet sweep to him, inside to Rainey. Rainey with a hole. Rainey to the 30, powers up to the 34. Not far away from the first down on the tackle for Cony. Tibbetts. He's getting up slowly.
Yeah, he took a second there to get himself off his feet. I think he was part of the initial contact. Obviously didn't finish the tackle.
Excellent ball handling there by Poulin, faking the jet sweep, pulling it back, giving it to Rainey. Give him 9. 2nd and 1. Running clock, 11:15 to go in the first half.
I said to your point, too, that it's an eye candy that Cony has to pay attention to because Henderson is fast. He gets that. You got to be trying to keep contained.
Daigle wide right. Garcia in motion. Garcia gets the give off right tackle, uses the stiff arm, and finally he gets thrown to the turf by Landon Perry.
Maybe that one a little bit of a frustration tackle, maybe. But regardless, nice patience you saw there from Garcia. Just follow that block. Make sure you get the first down and secure the ball.
You got it. First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Leavitt Hornets. Wide to the right side for Leavitt. Dane Cabral, newly in the game, wearing 81 in the green and whites. Cony in their road reds. Back to throw. Poulin whips it left side. It's caught out there. Henderson. Henderson makes a move. Perry closes and brings him down at the 47-yard line, and you want to get on him awful quick. And he didn't quite make it to the open field, but he got 9, almost 10. They're going to give this a good look at the 48. Meantime, we've got a consultation. Do you see a flag? I don't.
That far side of the field I thought I saw initially.
Oh, yeah, there is. Okay, at the 50. There is a flag. It's a personal foul on Cony.
Wow.
So this obviously will give Leavitt a first down, and they're going to tack on here and march this down the field down to the 37. So unnecessary roughness or something to that effect. And it's a 1st and 10 here at the 37-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty. Poulin in the gun. Henderson goes in motion, fakes the jet sweep to him. Here is the H-back, Blaze. Fumble! And was the whistle? Nope. It was not a fumble. Jeff Mertzel says he was down. We have the benefit of replay on the Mid-State Machine replay, though.
And for the Cony coaches, his knee was down.
Okay.
Unfortunately. So
video proof.
Close. He extended. That's why I think you got to be careful there extending the ball. His knee goes down in the tackle, but what ended up happening is he extended, as you get to see the refs there marking it, extended his arm and hit it off the butt of one of his offensive linemen.
2nd and 7 for Poulin, sends Garcia wide to the right, the slot Henderson. Rainey to his left, in the gun. Henderson goes in motion, handoff to Perry, right side, wrapped up from behind, tackled by Anderson St. Onge. Superb defensive play by the sophomore, wearing number 7 for Cony.
Yeah, and the other thing you saw there is Galen did a good job getting a close-up as he got wrapped up. Those Cony defenders really ripping at the ball. Give him a loss of 2. I got to tell you, Mike, pressure's on here. Every time there's a close play, Cony coaches run over here to see what I got on the replay. I got to make sure I'm on it.
And that makes us thank Mid-State Machine even more for sponsoring it.
Yeah,
3rd and 9.
Goodness.
3rd and 9 from the 36. Henderson in motion. Back to throw. Poulin rolls right, fires. Caught Henderson. Wrapped up. No. Breaks away. He may be gone. You aren't going to catch Mason Henderson. Touchdown, Leavitt. He breaks the tackle of Landon Perry and goes 36 for the score. Lightning speed from Mason Henderson.
That is a monster play. They, like you said, had him wrapped up, couldn't bring him to the ground. Unfortunately, we lose a bit with the window frame, but he got most of it.
All right, Rainey for the conversion. He made his first one. Out of the hold of Cooper Morin. Snap a little high. Gets it down in time. It is up and good. 8:46 to go in the first. Leavitt has scored their 2nd touchdown. The score, the Hornets 14, the Cony Rams nothing. You're watching and listening to high school football on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
All right, Colton Colby on the far side, Ethan Demmons on the near side, waiting to receive the kick of Keegan Rainey. 14-0, the Leavitt Hornets. As they break huddle. So far, so good for the hometown team.
Yeah, Cony needed to find some offensive mojo.
Rainey, the lefty. This is Landon. Little pooch job. St. Onge picks it up at his feet at the 31, outside 35 to the 40, and he is wrapped up high and out of bounds. And on the tackle there was Brody Poland, but a good return by Anderson St. Onge. They spot him out at about the 43-yard line.
Close for the Hornets there. It was a little high and a little late.
So 1st and 10, I still think it was okay. And Cony needs to do something here offensively. The defense is gassed, and they're down 14-0.
Remember, against Lawrence, even though they had scored, the thing that got them going was that fake punt. Once they got that, they were all engines go.
Parker Morin, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. He's going to throw it. Straight back, fires it long, downfield, intended down there for Nick Pion. It is overthrown, and frankly, he was double covered, incomplete. It will be 2nd down and 10. Tonight's game brought to you by Somerset Stone & Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, wood stoves, and hardscape products. By Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, that is, we can make a difference. And by Manchester Motors, your Coyote tractor dealer. We dig dirt. 14-0. 2nd and 10. Stopped clock here. 8:34 left in the first half. 14-0. Leavitt back to throw Morin. Going to throw it in the flat to Pion, except he didn't catch it. That is an incomplete pass. He started to run before he caught the ball.
To quote my father, he was too open. I think just thinking about it.
But, Dad, nobody's too open.
Well, you go with my dad's other favorite one. Hit him in the wrong spot, the hands.
Dad jokes all over the place here on the score. And they're told by A.J. Knight, not a dad yet.
No.
That's usually my job.
Well, I mean, my father's a big influence on me even being in this position. So
3rd down and 10, 3 to the right for Parker Moore and 1 to the left. He rolls to the right, outside of the pressure, looks, there's nothing there. Probably going to be a holding call. Downfield, it is incomplete, as he basically just threw that away near Ethan Demmons. But I believe there was a holding penalty on Cony. This will be refused by Leavitt, and the Hornets will force Cony to punt. It is refused. It'll be 4th down and 10, and Cony will have to punt.
Here you go, Mike. Moore now 2 for 8.
Tough night.
Just not finding anything. Interesting. Pion, like you said, not a name we had seen being inserted, and someone they're going to.
Henderson back to return the punt at the 25. Amora, here's the fake. Way downfield and way overthrown. Well, he tried it against Lawrence. It worked. They tried it here. Very unsuccessful. And Cony turns it over to the Leavitt Hornets at the Cony 43.
I think that Coach Lippert sensed and he needed to give his offense a shot in the arm. The downside, like you said, is now all of a sudden Levin picks that up in plus territory.
So 1st and 10 Leavitt at the Cony 43, already leading 14-0, and given a gift opportunity here for quarterback Brock Poulin. Play fake, back to throw, loads it up, going long for Henderson. He is there, makes the catch. He tries to get to the end zone, and he is just short. Poulin with a bomb. Caught down there, and it's 1st and goal for Leavitt. He did everything but score.
He drug a few Rams with him, too. They finally got him down. That nose of the football is going to be real close to the goal line.
A bomb by Poulin, and Henderson leaned back and caught it. And Leavitt awful close to going up 3 touchdowns. They've got Rainey back at quarterback. Rainey with the gun. Turns, hands it off to the H-back. Blaze, pounds right side. No signal. He did not make it.
He got stuffed. He might actually lost a little bit of ground.
So Blaze, the H-back.
Flag.
Late flag. Blaze, the H-back, if you're watching our stream, number 87. And this is going to be on Leavitt. So what looked like a sure touchdown opportunity is not so much anymore because of a holding call.
Wow, I thought initially Henderson got that to the 1, but they're saying the 3.
So that puts it. It's awful hard for me to see here. They're saying the 13 on the clock.
1st and goal from the 13. I thought for sure that looked like a bad spot. But
so that means Poulin back in at quarterback now for Mike Hathaway. 1st and goal at the 13. Man in motion, Garcia, fake to him. Whips it right side, and it's too deep to the side, and it's out of bounds. Intended down there for number 18. No, that was 18 who threw the football. Number 15 was the intended receiver, Landon Daigle. So incomplete, 2nd down and 13.
Actually, I think it's 2nd down and goal.
Yes, 2nd down and goal from the 13.
Yeah.
Yes, let's make that clear. 2nd down and goal from the 13. Wide to the right, Dane Cabral. Poulin, the quarterback. He's got Rainey, the part-time quarterback, beside him. It's a jet sweep to Henderson. Henderson, look at his speed. Turns it on. Around the corner. Plants his feet. Dives in. Touchdown. Leavitt. Mason Henderson. Boy, he squares those shoulders up, and it's like he is shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, that now Henderson's 8th total touch, 126 yards, and 2 tutties.
So a 1-yard run.
13.
It would have been a 1-yard run from the initial spot. Now Rainey for the conversion to try to tack the 21st point of the night on the board for Leavitt. Morin to hold. Snap a little bit to his inside, but he brings it back, gets it down. It is good. 7:07 left in the first half, and Leavitt running all over Cony. The score, the Leavitt Hornets 21, the Cony Rams nothing. You're watching and listening to high school football on The Score.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Colby and Demons back to return, and kicking off now is Keegan Rainey. So both the Rainey boys kicking off. He's the squib specialist, apparently, and it's squibbed and caught by an up man, offensive lineman Josh LaJoy at the 47, and you'll have to explain to me just why, after putting 21 points on the board, you would squib a kick there and give them good field position.
Hey, giving Cony a chance to get going on a short field, like you said. Look at that. You can see right there, starting from the 47.
Just don't get it. 1st and 10, Parker Morin. 2-2. Running back right beside him, St. Ange. Fake to him, fires right side. Caught out there in the flat, and boom! Demons goes down in a heap. And yep, that's a taunt. You can't do that. That's definitely a penalty. A little too much mustard on the hot dog there. And so they'll add yardage onto that.
Looks like they gave, based on where the rest is, so Dimmons caught that for 4. And then I imagine this is obviously going to be about 15.
So a personal foul. And here comes the mark-off, a big 15. So it ends up being, what, 19 total?
Yeah, 19 total yards right there. And again, this Cony offense obviously have really dug themselves in a hole, but pretending like a Coach Lippert-led offense couldn't get hot and start scoring is delusional.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen fast. They can score quickly. 1st and 10 for Morin and company. It's all the way down to the 34 after the 15-yard penalty. And Jeff Mertzel, I think, is talking to Coach Mike Hathaway about that play. I think the flag was on Brody Poland, 10. Don't hold me to that.
Take one more quick look while they're talking about it to get the Mid-State Machine. Yes.
Okay.
I think if I'm going to guess, and I don't know, I wonder if Hathaway wanted explanation because of the hit. But to your point, you called it perfectly.
It was the taunt after.
It was the taunt after.
It wasn't the hit. The hit was clean. It was the taunt after.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're designing, right? He got there at the same time as the ball, and no head, no shoulder, or no neck, none of that.
Yeah, too much mustard on the hot dog. It's that simple. So 1st and 10, Cony. At the 34, they break huddle. Wide to the left side for the Rams. Nick Payan. Demons is the slot. Parker Morin with St. Ange in the backfield. The give is to Anderson. St. Ange head down, and there is absolutely nowhere to go. Alden Nickerson, the senior linebacker, on the stop. Short gain of a yard-ish. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
That's St. Ange now 5 carries, no yards.
Wow. 5 for a bagel.
Yeah, his first, he had -2, then 2 total, then 2 total with a fumble loss, then -1, now 0.
All right, 2nd and 9 at the 33. Morin in the gun, has 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Rolls to the left, looks, sets up, fires long down there. Payan almost brought it in. Boy, a real battle down there between Payan and Riley Meisner for the football, and now another late flag. We getting another taunt here?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, and it's the same guy, Brody Poland. You just can't do that.
This time, Mike, based on the Mid-State Machine incident,
Cony?
I think it's 26, not 10 this
Okay,
time.
I take it back. And, of course, I don't have a 26 on my roster.
Yeah, me either.
Now, wait a minute. Before we get carried away here. All right, referee Jeff Mertzel still in the secondary having a discussion. The flag has been picked up. Mertzel, as you can see, walking back upfield. Personal foul. It's on Cony. So I owe an apology to Brody Poland.
Must have been before then, though. Looked like I thought they were going to get a taunt again, is what we could see.
So did I.
Lost the corner of the end zone.
So
there.
it's a personal foul. So the penalty is on Cony. And it's a 15-yarder. So that negates the earlier taunt on the Leavitt Hornets.
Yes.
So all the way back it goes to the 48.
Yeah, 3rd and 24 because they gained 1 and then lost 15.
3rd and a country mile. They've got to have the 24-ish for the first down. Moore back to throw. Stops, sets up, fires, looks for Demmons. Demmons brought it in! Ethan Demmons with a circus catch! And he is marked down at the 8-yard line.
That was a shot in the arm Cony needed.
44 yards on the pass play. And Cony with a big chunk play and a great catch by Ethan Demmons. And it's goal to go for the Rams. It's at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, give him 40.
Was it 40? Okay.
Yeah, because it's 48.
So 1st and goal at the 8. Morin in the I formation with St. Onge. St. Onge, a little too much dancing there. He might have gotten 2, but on a play like that, you got to hit the hole quickly.
2nd and goal.
So it's 2nd down and goal. They give him yardage to the 6. So give him 2, 2nd and goal at the 6. A running clock. I don't know why it was stopped there. 5:45. And for some reason the clock is stopped.
There's no reason for it to be.
There is no reason for the clock to be stopped. The throw, the catch, and it is a touchdown, Ethan Demmons. From Parker Moore, and the clock never started. The clock was off that entire play. Off the entire play. Cony scores an 8-yard touchdown pass from Morin to Demmons. And here for the conversion is Boston. After the 8-yard touchdown pass, now a consult with Jeff Mertzel and one of his crew. So Cony goes 53 yards for the score. And now I believe they're going to make a clock correction. It's at 5:29 now.
Close-ish, but based on our clock, which was running correctly on a scoreboard, I actually think it's supposed to be closer to 5. But, hey, you know, I'm not a ref.
So Mertzel still, I think, with his eyes toward the timekeeper up in the press box.
Man, this has been...
Now they're going to reset it. Can you get a shot of that clock, Galen? Now we have 53:55 left in the first half.
Woo, Coney's got a mountain of time to make the comeback.
Coney, plenty of time to come back. Now it's at 5:35. All right, here's the conversion. The hold here by Parker Moore and the attempt by Matt Boston to put the 7th point on the board for Cony. Snap good, ball down, plenty of length on it. It is good. So Boston with the kick, and Cony is on the scoreboard. The Rams take it down the field, 53 yards, the final 8. Morin to Demmons. Our score with 5:35 left in the first half is Leavitt 21, Cony 7. More football in a moment on the score.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
For the safety of you and your family, 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything. Tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims? Yup, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta Vassalboro line.
All right, back here live at Libby Field at Leavitt High School. A short kick by Cony's Matt Boston, returned by Poland to the 41-yard line. So Cony returns the favor to Leavitt and gives them a short field. It's 1st and 10 at the 41.
All right, let's see how Leavitt responds, because that penalty 100%, sorry, as we're adjusting our camera, that window seal costing us a few plays.
Yes, I want to get a chainsaw and cut it out, but I think that Ryan DeRoche, the AD at Leavitt, wouldn't like that.
I agree.
Henderson in motion, handoff to Rainey. Rainey barrels up, then he slows down at the 45, slowed down by a good surge in red up to make the stop. Jordan Benedict for the Cony Rams. Also at the bottom of the pile, Bodie King-Jones. A short gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
I'd be curious to see how Leavitt responds here, as both teams have picked up personal fouls. Cony then makes the big play to demonstrate, erase theirs. But this game has gotten chippy in a hurry.
2nd down and 6. Under 5 to go in the first half, 21-7. Leavitt. Henderson in motion. Poulin turns, hands to the H-back there. Flying through was Josh Blaze, and he gets down to the 40. He broke through after the initial surge by Cony. He broke away from it and gets down to the 40-yard line for a first down. Steve Witham had him, then couldn't hang on.
They mark him all the way down to the 40, so give him 15.
Big gain for Josh Blaze. And they're going to stop the clock again with 4:35 to go. I'm not sure why. Nobody appears to have called a timeout. The chains are set. All right, now they'll start the clock. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line for the Leavitt Hornets. Already put 3 touchdowns on the board.
And this is a big defensive drive for Cony, because if they can stop Leavitt, they do get the ball to start the second half.
Brock Poulin in the shotgun. Has Blaze to his right. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Now coming in motion, Henderson. Jet sweep to him. Trying to get it outside. He does flag down. This will come back. He's down the sideline. Spins inside. He's to the 22 or 23, but a flag back upfield at the 42, and this will come back.
Man, looked like that was great pursuit there. I believe that was, give him a correct name. Yeah, Clark. Clark had great pursuit. Henderson just outruns it. Like you said, though, Cony gets a break as get the laundry on the field.
So Henderson flashes his speed again, but a holding call will bring it back. And it will put Leavitt just back on their side of the 50 by a nose.
Yeah, so 1st and 20 for the Hornets.
And I think it's actually more than that. It's 23 or 24.
Oh, line of scrimmage was the 40.
Line of scrimmage is the 50 now. They've got to get to the near the 30. Yeah, okay, so it's about 20. Why do I argue with people about math? Poulin throws downfield. Garcia defended well, and it's knocked away. Excellent defensive play there by Cony's Jackson Vayu, knocking that pass away.
Nice tight coverage there. Playing clean, knocking it away. Chance for, again, Cony is going to start the third quarter, or Leavitt has to kick off. I'll just say that. So Cony can get a stop here without the Hornets getting the ball. That already is a win because it gives you a chance to cut into it, depending on how much time you have left here in this first half.
That stops the clock with 3:45 remaining in the half. 21-7.
Yeah, with this down and distance, Henderson has to touch the ball at least once.
He's wide left. 2nd and 20 at midfield. Man comes in motion, handoff to Blaze. Blaze breaks a tackle. Not the second one, though. And on the stop there for the Cony Rams was David Fry. And Blaze got just a yard.
That was a nice job. I think he shrugged through initially one tackle, like you said, but there was a second Cony body there to clean that up.
So third and still about 20. Third and about 20. So Poulin over to the sideline. He's got the play.
Worth noting as you watch the clock tick down, those watching the stream, as we get close to 3 minutes left. Cony still has all 3 timeouts.
Cabral wide to the left. Henderson is slot right. Wide right is Landon Daigle. Back to throw Poulin. Looks right, pumps, now pulls it back. Now he's going to run. He is inside at the 45, defended well. The ball out! Is the ball out? It is! It is! It's recovered by Cony. Out of the pile with the football is Caden Veilleux.
Take a look here. He tries to shot, gets that ball out away from his body, and I think that's the right call. I think that was stripped before he hit the ground.
So Cony at the 44-yard line on a fumble recovery by Veilleux. So 1st and 10 from the 44. Pion comes on the field late. Quick consult with his fellow receivers. He'll flank out wide to the left. 1st and 10 for Morin and company. At the 44, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Parker Morin back to throw. Sets up a screen, caught there by St. Onge. Midfield to the outside, covered well though. Could have been more there, and of course it was Henderson with his great closing speed. Ended up slowing that play down. Riley Meisner also in on the stop. But a solid gain of 8, where it'll be 2nd and 2. Cony will take that every single play.
You can start that again. Cony, Coach Lippert's got 3 timeouts in his pocket, so Cony's got plenty of time.
2nd and 3. Give him 7 instead of 8. 2nd and 3, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. St. Onge, the running back. Only 2 men on the line scrimmage. St. Onge bursts inside the 40. Anderson St. Onge with a first down to the 37. Best run of the night for the Rams. Give him the 38 is where they spot it. Quick move of the sticks. Clock approaching 2 minutes left in the half. Wide to the right side is Cooper Clark. Whistles. Timeout is called by the Leavitt Hornets. We'll take a quickie. 2:03 to go in the first half. Cony with a chance to close the gap. The score is Leavitt 21, Cony 7. More football in a moment from Leavitt on the score.
Is it time for an auto loan? The team at Connected Credit Union will focus on an affordable monthly payment to fit your budget, while offering you a low rate and great service. Give our loan team a try for your next auto purchase. The added convenience of applying online or using our mobile app is just one more way Connected Credit Union makes your financing easy. Get connected, stay connected. Federally insured by the NCUA, member eligibility required.
And hi Chevrolet.
Coming up at halftime, brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company. We'll run down all of the scores from last night, all of the scores from today. We'll have first half highlights, stats, and more, all brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company. That'll be in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. 1st and 10 here for Cony.
Not in real time.
No, not in real time. I mean clock time on.
I would say Lord knows with the penalties.
The clock here, and Lord knows with the clock management here tonight too. 1st and 10 from the 38. The handoff, St. Onge again breaks a tackle, squirts outside, breaks another tackle. Probably lost a couple of yards though trying to veer outside. He had yardage inside the 45, broke a tackle, and took a, circuitous route back, and he lost a couple, but he still gets to the 36. Gain of 3 in the end. 2nd and 7, a running clock, 1:35. Cony with quick strike capabilities. Morin in the gun. 2 to the left, he rolls that way. Sets up, flips it downfield, wide open, Demmons. Demmons with a catch. Let's see if they get a timeout here. He is down at the 24. They're going to keep going. Morin, quick conversation with B.L. Lippert. They're going to run a play. 1:21. They advance the ball to the 24. 1st and 10 from the 24. 2 and 2. Morin trying to catch the defense off guard. Screen pass St. Onge. Breaks one tackle. And gets a minimal gain to the 22, maybe the 21. They'll take the TO here. So a timeout, 1:06 left in the first half. St. Onge gets down to the 21-yard line. Timeout is called. We'll take another quickie as well. 1:06 to go in the half. Cony driving, trying to close the gap. Leavitt 21 and Cony 7. Back after this on the Score.
At Hite Chevrolet in Skowhegan, our family is here for your family. And our family has been providing affordable, reliable transportation to families in central and western Maine for 113 years. You don't have that kind of longevity in the car business without building strong, trusting relationships with customers from one generation to the next. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned, financing, or special incentives, your shopping experience is always stress-free at Hite Chevy. Hite Chevrolet on Madison Avenue as you turn into Skowhegan. You'll also find the Hite family of dealerships in Madison and Farmington.
The Cony Rams trying to cash in on a fumble recovery by Caden Vayu. And they've got a 2nd and 8 play upcoming here from the Leavitt 22. 1:06 to go in the first half. What's the timeout situation? 2 for Cony. Back to throw Morin. Morin looks downfield, whips it. It's intercepted! He threw it right into the hands of Mason Henderson. That was an easy pick there for Henderson. A bad throw by Parker Morin. And Cony's chance to close the gap to a 1-score game is gone. Henderson makes plays on offense. Henderson makes plays on defense.
That was actually, I believe, let's take one more quick look here. Oh, no, you're right. Good call.
Henderson with the pick. And Leavitt's got a minute and a second to work with. Henderson is flanked out wide to the left. Pulling the quarterback. He's got Rainey as his running back. 1st and 10 from the 6. Garcia in motion. They fake the jet sweep. They hand it off to Rainey. He plows up to about the 17. They will call a timeout. And we'll keep it right here on the tackle for the Cony Rams was Jackson Vayu. Nope, they're going to keep running. No timeout. 50 seconds left. It is 2nd down and about 9. 2nd and 1. They got about 9. 2nd and 1. In the gun, Poulin. Fake the jet sweep again. Again, they go to Rainey. Rainey plows up. 1st down, much more. 30. Rainey, look at him bull up to the 35. They'll take a timeout now.
That just running through arm tackles.
Whew. He is an absolute horse. Cooper Clark finally finished that off. They're going to stay on the field. 32 seconds. Clock starts. Pulling in the gun from the 35. Back to throw. Loads it up. Left side. There's Henderson. Overthrown. Actually, not Henderson. It was the flanker out there. Dane Cabral, 81. And Cabral was there. He flashed open. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 with 20.8 seconds left. So they don't go to Henderson there. They try Cabral. 20.8, 2nd and 10.
I imagine that jet sweep has got to come here before this half ends.
It's been there.
If you're Leavitt, because Henderson's been able to turn something out.
Henderson is flanked wide left. Let's keep an eye on him. He's off the line of scrimmage, but doesn't come in motion. Garcia does. They're going to stick with faking the jet sweep to Garcia, giving it to Rainey, which has worked. But Rainey's definitely not going to break when he's up to the 45, and now they get a timeout.
Yeah, give Rainey 9 more. 16 carries already in this half.
He's been a workhorse. So Vayu with the stop. He's the guy that forced the fumble on the previous possession. So it is 3rd and 1. Here's the scene. 3rd and 1 for the Leavitt Hornets at their own 44. 13.7 seconds left. So you got to think they're going to take a deep shot here.
And 3 guesses who it's going to go to.
Probably the guy who runs a sub-11 100-meter. Just going to guess.
That would be my guess. I'm surprised you didn't finally give it to him on one of those jet sweeps before you had to burn that final timeout.
All right, so Henderson is slot right. Wide to the right is Garcia. Poulin in the gun, and he's got Blaze as his running back. 3rd and 1, really kind of insignificant now. Poulin in the gun. Cony's got 4 men way back. They've only got 4 men on the line of scrimmage. Poulin to throw. Looks left. Pulls it back. No, he did throw it. It's almost picked off. Was it picked off? No, out of bounds. Boy, almost a circus catch over there by Tibbetts on the pick. So it's 4th down. They have to punt. So Cony able to play good defense and stop Leavitt.
Mike, if it was you, would you punt? Because 8 seconds, I mean, you're going to throw it deep. I would just make sure my quarterback was aware. I guess things. I guess.
Yeah,
this is kind of
I think you have to punt it here.
Yeah,
and Rainey is in the game.
I think this is to your point of the kneel down. More bad things can happen than good.
Clark is back to return the punt. Kick is way away from him, and it's going to roll down, not make the end zone, and hustling down. Leavitt able to down it all the way down, and the clock runs out. That was Poland who got on it, and that is the end of that. So an exciting first half for sure. Cony Rams down by 2 touchdowns. Had a chance to close the gap, could not make a play, turned the ball over. And we are at halftime here at Libby Field at Leavitt High School. The score at the half, the Leavitt Hornets 21 and the Cony Rams 7. You're watching and listening to high school football on the place for local sports, The Score.
Wait, Mike, sorry. One more second. I know that was an eloquent ending.
That big buildup, and there's 0.1 seconds left.
Which I do believe is the right call. He downed that, I think, before that buzzer went off.
All right, so Morin, knee. So what I just said about 10 seconds ago still applies. The score at the half is Leavitt 21 and Cony 7. It's halftime, brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company. We are back with highlights and stats and more after this on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher.
An HVAC technician.
Pediatric nurse. Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect.
Physical therapist.
I'm going to be a lawyer.
Or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor.
A machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer.
An athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. 'Cause every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Welcome back to Libby Field here at Leavitt High School. Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our score crew. Second quarter breakdown on the score brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. It was a busy second quarter indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different possessions by each team combined in the quarter. And touchdowns, 2 of them scored by the Leavitt Hornets. They were both scored by Mr. Lightning, Mason Henderson, a 36-yard touchdown catch, a 13-yard run for a score. Cony finally scoring at the 6:25 mark of the second quarter on an 8-yard touchdown pass from Parker Morin to Ethan Demmons, to account for their scoring in the second quarter. Certainly an exciting second quarter. We had a lot going on, and I think as we break down the second quarter, one of the things to look back at is the fake punt. Fake punts are awesome when they work. When they don't work, it looks really, really bad, and it looked really, really bad there.
Yeah, and I think, unfortunately, as we'll go through, you see the 201 Service quarter breakdown highlights here, those 2 touchdowns, and then Demmon's going to catch this one, and we can run the first half highlights. But I think that one, Coach Lippert feeling like he needed to spark him, maybe show his offense that he believed they could get something done. But, oh boy, Leavitt was sort of rolling, and then that gave him a chance and got rolling, and Henderson was a big reason why, obviously, as we'll go through the stats coming up.
Exactly. So our second quarter breakdown brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partners since 1984 in Skowhegan. Halftime's brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. This 1-2 Leavitt team really came out smoking here tonight and really wanted to, I think, make a point of getting their offense back in gear. And although they only scored 1 touchdown in the first quarter, that was the 1-yard run by Mason Henderson, his shortest touchdown run in his history. Their offense in the first half was incredibly effective, and it was smash mouth. And they came out, rather than having Brock Poulin at quarterback, a little bit of a change-up. They went with Keegan Rainey at quarterback, and he, kind of like what we had last night with Kyle Johnson with Bangor, kind of just smashed his way through along with his running backs, but specifically him in the first series anyway, that kind of set the tone.
Yeah, I mean, you get the combination, I think, right, of him and Blaze early on, especially when you come out with him running the, Wildcat QB, though he's played quarterback this season, so it doesn't totally feel appropriate. But they're kind of just hammering in that inside. Garcia, you kind of mix in there on that first few drives as well, kind of taking that sweep, which I think is one thing, and it's really interesting because I wonder then if Cony sort of gets comfortable maybe to a certain speed, and then Henderson, of course, takes those sweeps. We saw one, not going to be here in the first half highlights, but they had containment on him. He outran a holding penalty, brings it back, but he's got all 3 of their touchdowns. Taking a look at the stats here for Leavitt, up 21-7 at half. He has, by my count, 7 touches, Mike. He has 7 touches for 119 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
1 receiving and 2 via the ground. And then on the other side, like you said, Rennie, the big bull, he's got 16 carries to start this game with 87 yards. Poulin's been pretty solid. A couple tailed off there late. 3 for 7, 3 completions for 86 yards all to Henderson.
You're just seeing the pick by Henderson, seeing him play some defense. That was a huge play as well after Cony had gotten the ball back. And Parker Morin throwing the ball down the left sideline, right in the corner there, right shy of the goal line. And Henderson jumped over. It was a bad throw because there really wasn't anybody in red there. Henderson saw the play, made the play, got to the ball with that great closing speed and picked it.
And I think that's one of the things you interviewed Parker Morin ahead of the season. We, of course, had that interview ahead of the Lawrence game, their second game of the season, because we had both of them. And one of the things you talked to him about that he said was a change from last year, his first full year starting, to this year, was he thought more comfortable in the offense and more control of that and reading defenses. That being said, I think one of the things that we've seen him still struggle with is those occasional gambles in the Meslonsky game when Cony kind of took their foot off the gas. One of the things that got him back is they drove down inside the 5. And remember, he throws that jump ball to Drake Brunel, who anybody, I think, had a pretty good shot. It was not an advisable throw. Drake Brunel last year had double-digit interception and is going to play football at D1, and he comes down with it, and that gave Messalonsky some life. And so here you see it again, a little bit too aggressive, and it goes the other way.
Yeah, Drake Brunel might be the best ball hawk in the state of Maine.
That
for
is
sure.
not an understatement.
No shame in throwing a pick to him. But, yeah, I think there have been times tonight, Morin, not skitterish at all. It's just decision-making. That throw, very ill-advised. That said, it's a 2-score game. You got to come out here and get a stop.
They got the ball,
right? I know that.
Deferred,
you know, coming out and scoring would be great to close the gap, but they got to slow down this offense. But I don't know if you double team Mason Henderson, if you put a shadow on him. I don't know what you do.
Yeah, that's the challenge, right? Because then Kearney's got all that space. He's been bruising him one way or the other as he's kind of softened up the defense, the outside. And so it's a tough call. You got to pick your poison there for sure. Is just some stats for you. St. Ange, the only ball carrier thus far for Cony, 8 carries, 15 yards. He's lost a fumble. Parker Morin for the first half, 7 for 16 for 95 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. So the offense just not been in sync. And then something I imagine both Coach Lippert and Coach Hathaway talking to both their teams about is stop the chirping, because we've seen personal fouls go both ways.
21-7, Leavitt over Cony at the half. Let's take a look, and when we come back, at the scores from last night, scores from this afternoon, and the scores from tonight as well. All of that coming up on The Score.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a bi-weekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com, where printing's personal, not puzzling.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our Score crew back here live at Libby Field in Turner at Leavitt High School. It's 21-7, Leavitt over over Cony here at halftime. Lawrence on my mind because they're the first score that we're going to give you from last night, our game last night, which you can go back and watch at Central Maine Sports on YouTube. If you're there right now, it's always there. Also, go to centralmainsports.com and find it in the vault. Lawrence loses 33-24 last night to the Bangor Rams. Other scores: Deering over Massabesic, 21-14. Deering shut out Madison, 40-0. Falmouth and Freiburg might have been the game of the night. Both came in undefeated. Falmouth remains undefeated, 15-14 over Freiburg Academy last night. Foxcroft Academy a 20-6 win over Madanaucook Academy. Gorham rolled over Westbrook 47-7. It was Greeley 56 and Yarmouth 6. Herman over Nokomis in a wing dinger 28-26. That was a good one. Holton rolled up 60 on Ellsworth. They win 60-16. Kennebunk over Sanford 46-20. Lake Region shut out Spruce Mountain 38-0. Maranacook beat Poland 41-13. MCI with a shutout of Belfast 34-0 the final there. Madomic Valley shut out Hamden Academy 18-0. Meso and Gardner, surprisingly low scoring game 13-6.
Wow.
was the final score. Messalonsky, 2 40-yard field goals from their place kicker in that one.
That makes a difference.
8-man football. Mount Ararat rolled over Waterville 60-0. MDI beat Morse 34-14. And it was Noble over Marshwood by a score of 35-7. Let's go to the scores from this afternoon. There were some games played this afternoon. Let's refresh the page. Here's what we've got. Cape Elizabeth over Freeport, 21-7. Cheverus over Biddeford, 34-7. Elsewhere, Oxford Hills, a shutout of Scarborough, 40-0 for the Vikings.
Wow.
Sockabee Valley beat Telstar, 8-man football, 56-28. Thornton Academy over Bonnie Eagle, 35-12. The Trojans put a thumping on Bonnie Eagle.
They're rolling.
Winslow's playing Lisbon tonight. No score on that one yet. York is playing in Brunswick tonight. No score on that one yet. And another wing dinger this afternoon. Winthrop, Monmouth, Halldale over Oak Hill, 22-21.
2-point conversion.
2 good football teams there. So that's the entire scoreboard from last night and today.
And for those watching who made the decision, probably split screen, because I can understand. I do that all the time nowadays, too. Alabama up very early in the first quarter, 14-0, and you can hear the collective groans of the college universe thinking, not again.
If I could actually watch a game and broadcast one at the same time, I'd be watching Alabama-Georgia, but I am not capable of multitasking like that. I cannot do it.
I can't do the math now, and I'm just focusing on this.
21-7, Leavitt over Cony here at halftime. Second half action coming up next from Libby Field in Turner right after this on The Score.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity, where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
For the safety of you and your family, 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything: tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims? Yup, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta Vassalboro line.
Is it time for an auto loan? The team at Connected Credit Union will focus on an affordable monthly payment to fit your budget, while offering you a low rate and great service. Give our loan team a try for your next auto purchase. The added convenience of applying online or using our mobile app is just one more way Connected Credit Union makes your financing easy. Get connected, stay connected. Federally insured by the NCUA, member eligibility required.
At Haight Chevrolet in Skowhegan, our family is here for your family. And our family has been providing affordable, reliable transportation to families in central and western Maine for 113 years. You don't have that kind of longevity in the car business without building strong, trusting relationships with customers from one generation to the next. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned, financing, or special incentives, your shopping experience is always stress-free at Height Chevy. Height Chevrolet on Madison Avenue as you turn into Skowhegan. You'll also find the Height family of dealerships in Madison and Farmington.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher.
An HVAC technician.
Pediatric nurse. Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect.
Physical therapist.
I'm going to be a lawyer.
Or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor.
A machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer.
An athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack-of-all-trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder, or a farmer, or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
Mike Violet and AJ Knight, along with our score crew, Galen Neal running our camera here tonight, Ashley Knight doing our graphics on the computer. 21-7, the Leavitt Hornets on top of the Cony Rams here at halftime. And the Rams had a chance to close it down to a one-score game, turn the ball over. Now they're going to get the ball to start the second half to see if they can do that again.
Yeah, like he said, to throw that turnover in halftime. After that, I think halftime might not have come soon enough for Coach Lippert and the Cony Rams.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think they were definitely on their heels and needed the break. But you have got to score the next touchdown. I think if you go back down by 3, you're in serious trouble because Leavitt is a team that consumes a lot of time on the clock with the way they run their offense. And even though Cony has a quick strike offense and is capable of scoring quickly, if you can't get the ball away, you can't do that.
Yeah, well, especially with the way Kearney's been running the ball. Like I said, 16 carries, 87 yards, doing some rough math. 5 yards a carry is 80, so he's 5 and change yards per carry, and I can do the math on that. It means you hand it to him twice, you're probably getting a first down.
Yeah, and it was interesting. The Mike Hathaway came out with Keegan Rainey at quarterback to start things off. He told me that Rainey would probably play. He didn't tell me he was going to start. So he throws a monkey wrench at Cony right out of the gate. Then Brock Poulin comes on after that. They play both at quarterback. Poulin, of course, is the guy who throws the football and throws it effectively. So the offense very diversified by the Leavitt Hornets here in the first half. Parker Morin, after a 7 for 16 first half, has got to start completing more passes.
Yeah,
and get that percentage up.
I'm surprised they went to St. Ange in that screen game a little bit there right before we got to halftime. See if they do a little bit more of that. But it got to be Dimmons. He's got 5 catches, 73 yards, and a tutty in the first half. Got to find a way to keep getting 3 involved.
All right, Colton Colby back to return. Near side, he's number 30. Far side, number 3, Ethan Demmons. See who's going to kick off here for Leavitt. It will either be Landon Rainey or Keegan Rainey. If it's a lefty, it's Landon. If it's a right-footed kicker, it's Keegan.
And the other question, will they do what is now quickly becoming known as the bunting of football?
Yes.
And squib it?
And that's what I'm going to start calling it now, a bunt. I'm going to shame these teams into changing their MOs on kickoffs.
Well, to your point, too, the curious thing about it is we saw Leavitt do it right after they had taken the 21-7 to lead. They end up getting the turnover, but you put Cony in the spot where a team offensively that's struggling, you give them about half the field that they had to drive.
All right, it's going to be Keegan Rainey to kick it off. Again, Colby near side, Demons far side. Let's see if we get a bunt or a long drive here from Rainey. Foot into ball. It's a high kick, far side, Demons. Short 25-30. Has a head of steam, had to slow down, and actually covered pretty well by Leavitt. Eventually making the stop there for Leavitt was Nick Mellon. And it will be 1st and 10 for Cony. Decent field position. They spot it at the 34.
That solid field position, like you said, Demons dancing there, just couldn't find a lane to open up, so good coverage by the Hornets.
So 1st and 10 for Morin and company from the 34. Twins to the right, one to the left. A play-action fake. Morin lobs it in the flat, turning, making the catch there is Jackson Veyu. A short gain for Veyu, his first catch of the night. And Veyu is down around the 40-yard line. That is a gain of about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Parker Morin, the junior, at quarterback. Anderson St. Ange, his running back, number 7, with Anderson Noyes out with a broken foot, expected to be back at some point. He's wearing a boot and walking around pretty well, but he will be out for a while. Going in motion is Veyu. The give is to Noyes, and Noyes within a yard or so of the first down marker. Tackled on the play by Reed Langlois. And it'll be 3rd and 2 from the 43. 3rd and 2, 21-7, Leavitt over Cony. Glad you're with us tonight here on The Score.
I think the thing that's surprising is Leavitt, after talking about getting pushed around a little bit early in the season, kind of doing the opposite to Cony tonight.
Ben Hankey, wide to the left side. He's number 28. We were corrected at halftime on our YouTube comments, and St. Ange, no correction for him there. He gets absolutely stuffed. And on the tackle there for the Leavitt Hornets, Aiden Levesque. So Ben Hankey is 28. Apologies to him.
Hey, we can only work off the roster they give us, Mike.
We work with what we've got, and that was on the roster. And are they going to go for it on 4th down? They are.
Sure
Morin,
like
keep in mind, Morin is the punter.
St. Ange lost a yard on that carry as well.
And Morin's going to keep the football, and nope. I am right on the stick. And I don't think he got it.
Let's see where they mark it.
Boy, he got a real favorable spot there. I mean, that is ultra favorable, but they're going to have to measure it. I'm right on it, and that's exactly what Jeff Mertzel. B.L. Lippert not happy. Look at the Cony coach.
He's
hot.
He's cooking.
Not happy with that. He wanted a better spot. I actually thought they got a pretty good spot. So here comes the chain gang with the Campbell Conference vests on. And he didn't get it.
Yep.
Ball's going in the other direction. First down, Leavitt at the 44-yard line. Cony takes a chance, and it does not pay off.
That's how it's gone for the Rams. Again, that Morin, that was his first carry. Him and St. Ange have 11 combined carries, 19 yards.
And it's stuffed. So the Hornets, with a 21-7 lead, take over 1st and 10 from from the Cony 44. Wide to the left side, Mr. Lightning, Mason Henderson. He's got 3 scores tonight.
3 tutties.
Pulling in the gun to Rainey. Rainey 40, Rainey to the 39-yard line. Run down from behind there by Jamayo Gillis. But a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And that'll work. You're up 2 scores.
Sure.
Running the ball for 5 will melt the clock and probably put you in a good position to add to your lead.
Sure will. You will take it. 2nd down and 5. The turn, the give, Rainey. First down and more, 35, and he pile drives down to about the 33-yard line. They will move the sticks. Monday, we are back at it with field hockey. Bangor's at Messalonski. Messalonski with a big win over Brewer in overtime. They are rolling. That's at 5 o'clock Monday afternoon. That's our next broadcast here on The Score.
Talk about stacking up Crabtree points. Get the overtime win over Skowhegan and now Brewer.
Yeah, those are heel points, though, in field hockey.
Sorry, heel points. Apparently the Eagles just need to play in extras.
Yeah, exactly. 1st and 10 from the 33. Poulin, play fake. Going to throw it. Looking, loads it up long, and it's overthrown for Garcia at the 5.
Adam. That was a good route there. Garcia had it, but Poulin just overshot him.
It was there. It's a long incompletion, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Stops the clock. Exactly 9 minutes left in the third. 21-7 Leavitt on a Saturday night special from Libby Field and Turner.
That score update for you, Mike. It's the end of the first quarter. Bama not only scored again, I believe has the ball again.
Oof. What is it?
21-0.
Oof. To quote you, oof. 2nd and 10. Can I declare that game over?
It's starting to look like it.
All right, the turn, the handoff, and a change of pace. Garcia, and he sure changes the pace outside 20 to the 15 with a stiff arm. Ian Garcia with a fantastic run. Broke a tackle in the middle of the field. Hopped it outside. And Garcia is spotted down at the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 16 and a first down.
And it's just as you're getting used to it, right? You got, Kearney and then Henderson. Rainey. I don't know why I keep calling him Kearney. Rainey and Henderson, and then Garcia comes in, gives it a mix-up. Blaze has had some success as well.
Henderson's wide to the left. Poulin in the gun. Man goes in motion. The turn, the give to the H-back, and that is Blaze. And Blaze, not a whole lot there.
It looks like he lost his footing.
For 87, and he comes up a little gimpy, too.
Wonder if he stepped wrong. Maybe trying to cut there, rolled his ankle.
I think he lost yardage.
At least, like, it looked, if nothing else, it's kind of one of those things where it's not quite a yard, but it's back.
We'll go no gain just because we're in a good mood tonight. No gain. 2nd and 10. So Rainey back to the right of Poulin. Slot man Henderson, Mr. Speed. Jet sweep, yes. Trying to get around the corner. Doesn't matter anyway. This is going to come back. He's got nowhere to go. That was really, really spread out nicely by the Cony D, but this is going to be a holding call here on Cony.
It could be a break for the Rams as they're looking for a stop
Or on Leavitt, excuse me.
After not being able to score on the opening drive.
So it's a hold on the Hornets. And it will put the ball back at the 27.
That is their 5th penalty for 45 yards.
Not terribly bad. 7:45 to go in the third. 21-7. Leavitt checking out of the lineup. Garcia coming back in is Landon Daigle. At that slot position, wide to the right side is Cabral. Wide to the left side is Henderson. He had 3 touchdowns tonight. Man in motion, back to throw Poulin. Flips it left side, caught there by Henderson. Look out, 20. Henderson breaks a tackle, 15. Henderson to the 10. There's a flag down behind the play. This is coming back. So all of that excitement, and it's coming back, and I think the flag is going to go on Aiden Levesque, the offensive lineman, 72 in green.
Oh, I was going to say, as we showed the Mid-State Machinists at replay, I think number 40 for Leavitt as well.
Okay.
Pushing the back.
Nick Mellon,
Nick Mellon.
Tight end.
We'll see. It might have been both, but as we saw the replay, sure looked like a push from behind.
All right, here's referee Jeff Mertzel coming in the clear. Illegal block. Block in the back. Ooh, we had offsetting penalties, so call it a wash.
Yeah, well, that's a break for the Hornets.
Yes. Leavitt will take that. They'll go right back to where they were. No harm, no foul.
So this will be the 3rd attempt at running a 2nd down play.
2nd and 20. 2nd and 20 from the 26.
Henderson's got a lot of space out to that left side.
Wide to the left. 2 to the right for Brock Poulin. Quarterback, of course, going to hand the football off, and not much there at all for Garcia. Ian Garcia That middle all closed up, and leading the charge there for the Cony Rams, 84, Austin Bucknam.
And generous 2 there to get up to the 25.
A running clock, 7:15 to go in the third. 21-7 Leavitt. Third down and 19. Cony in desperate need of a stop after they turned it over on downs. Henderson slot left. Brock Poulin with Rainey right beside him. Back to throw. Poulin, plenty of time. Fires, it's knocked down. Same guy making the defensive play, Austin Bucknam. And it's fourth down. Will they punt from the 25? I wouldn't. Take a crack at it here. You're up 21-7. You're at your opponent's 25. Absolutely, leave Poulin on the field. Looks like that's how they're going to roll. Fourth down, 19. Always looking for Henderson. He's slot left. Poulin, back to throw. Flush from the pocket. Fires it downfield. It is caught. It is caught inside the 10-yard line. Is it enough, though? Henderson made the catch. They've got to have the 7. I don't think they've got it. Let's see. Time is called. Not enough. It's going to be a Cony football. So the Rams epitomize bending but not breaking. And they will take it over deep in their own territory. Just not a deep enough pattern. And the Rams take over. First and 10. Looks like the 9. First and 10 at the 9 of Cony. Parker Morin in the gun inside his own 5. Has 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Going to run the football to St. Onge. Breaks a tackle left side. Gets over the 10. Might have gotten the 11. Decent gain there for Anderson. Henderson made the stop. That's Alden Henderson. He got to the 10. They say only a gain of 1. I think he got about 2. Second and 8. Wide to the right side for Cony. Cooper Clark. Morin back to throw. Standing at the goal line. Loading it up. Looking downfield for Demons. Got it! 40! 30! Look at Henderson close. He won't catch him. It's a 91-yard touchdown pass from Parker Morin to Ethan Demons. And Cony strikes, but wait. What do we got back downfield? Holding is the call. It is coming back. A fantastic throw by Morin. A great run after the catch by Demons. All for naught.
What a backbreaker.
One of the great plays of the year never actually happened.
What a backbreaker.
That is crushing.
So not only do you wipe off 91-yard score, now Cony goes from about the 9 to the inside the 5. Yeah, the 4.5.
Right where the flag is down, that's where the ball's going. So it will be second down and about 14. Remember, it's a spot foul. So second down and 14 from the 5. Morin's going to chuck it again. Has time, has to get rid of it. It's downfield. Demons was there, also there on the right side. Cooper Clark, incomplete.
It looked like that slip, based on what I could see, Mike. I don't know if you had a better vantage point. It looked like it didn't come totally clean out of Morin's hand.
Right, and I think it was a rush job, too, because there were men in green coming at him.
I was say that's what it looked like. Demons did have a step.
You ever had a green Hornet coming at you like that, AJ?
I'm not going to say yes, but you'll know because I'll scream in an octave only
Right,
dogs
you'll
can
scream
hear.
like a little girl.
100%.
I got you.
100%.
I got you. 3rd and 14. Let's see what B.L. Lippert pulls out of his bag of tricks here. Clark is wide to the right. Demmons is the slot. Morin in the gun. In his own end zone. Fires left side. Downfield looking for Henke, and it's incomplete at the 40-yard line. Back there covering for the Leavitt Hornets. Dane Cabral. And so it'll be 4th down, and Morin will punt from his own end line almost.
Whew. This is exactly how the game started. 4th down stop for Cony deep in their own territory against the Leavitt offense, and then couldn't move the ball very far.
So Morin to punt. And it's not Henderson back to return. It's a double-digit number. It might be Poulin, the quarterback. Boy, just got rid of it and just got it over. And it ends up taking a pretty nice roll. It's Poland, actually, is the return man. He gets away from it. It's covered there, finally, by Bryce Watson. That is a pretty good punt there by Parker Morin, all things considered. It goes to the 42-yard line. So Leavitt still with very good field position. 1st and 10 at the Cony 42. There was a flag.
Of course there was.
Am I going to have to go into my Al Michaels imitation from Thursday night?
Starting to feel like Thursday.
With all these flags? Unsportsmanlike conduct against Cony. So that is after the play, I'm assuming? Yes. So, wow. So this is a 15-yarder. It's going to go down to the 28.
Cony just not demonstrating composure.
Actually, no, 27 is where they put it after the flag. So the punt and the penalty. Talk about a short field. Leavitt with a 21-7 lead. 5.5 minutes to go into third. 1st and 10 from the 27 for Brock Poulin. Poulin sends Henderson to motion, flags down. This is a dead ball foul. It'll be a procedure call on the offense.
Yeah, so Leavitt will give him 5 back.
Sure.
They're feeling charitable. Here's one for you, Mike. Cony's got 4 penalties for 50 yards. 3 of them are the 15-yard variety. That's how you get to 50 and 4.
Yeah. Not good.
That is not going to cut it, especially if you're trying to make a comeback.
All right, Mason Henderson comes out of the huddle. He's going to be wide left. Poulin, the quarterback. Keegan Rainey is the running back. Man goes in motion. The turn, the give to Rainey. Rainey, 30, breaks a tackle, and he's inside the 25 to the 24. Finally finishing him off was Austin Bucknam, but a good gainer of about 8. On 1st down, it'll be 2nd and short, 2nd and 2, as we close down to 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
2nd and 7.
2nd down. All right.
Yeah, I remember because
Cabral wide to the right side, Henderson wide to the left. Poulin in the gun. Daigle in motion. The turn, play fake, throws out to Daigle. Daigle avoids one would-be tackler, can't avoid the second. And Daigle is tripped up at the 20-yard line. That's a gain of about 5. It'll set up 3rd and short, 3rd and about 3.
That was the first catch by a Leavitt Hornet that was not Henderson.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was only the 5th completion for Poulin. The first 4 all went to Henderson. For a $1.04, might I add.
You're getting some pretty good value out of that.
I would say that last carry also took Rainey over the century mark, 19 for 106.
Good night. 3rd and about 3 for Poulin and company. That's Henderson in motion. They're going to throw it to him out in the flat. He makes the catch, cuts inside. Good job wrapping him up there and hauling him down. Making the tackle for the Cony Rams was Zach Waddell. Did a good job wrapping him up by the hips. Still Henderson able to get to the 12 where it'll be 1st and 10.
What was the yardage on that, Mike?
I don't know. I don't know what the previous line of scrimmage was. Let me think. Is it 20? I'm not sure. 1st and 10 from the 11. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Henderson in motion. Jet sweep. Has Rainey out in front, has to go wide. Oh, man, he got tagged. That was Bucknam who came up and put a licking on Mason Henderson. Whew. Henderson could not turn upfield.
He's down.
Henderson took a whack. He's up now. He's going to have to shake this off. Cony players started leaving the field, but Henderson is up and off the field, so there's no reason to stop the clock. So they will keep on playing. Clock running, 3:15 to go. Again, we say Cony needs a stop. Cony had a 91-yard touchdown taken off the docket because of a penalty. That would have closed the gap to a one-score game. Garcia's wide to the left. Henderson's not in there. The turn, the give to Daigle. Daigle jet sweep. Daigle outside, and he's wrapped up again on the tackle. Zach Waddell in the open field. Another solid tackle by Waddell, number 10 in red. And the ball at the 10, so just a short gain. So it is 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8 from the 10. Wide to the right side is Landon Daigle. Wide to the left side is Cabral. Henderson still not in there. Garcia in motion. Back to throw, rolling right. Poulin sets up, fires over the middle. Caught! What a catch! In traffic, the catch made by Landon Daigle. Touchdown, Leavitt. That was a great throw by Brock Poulin. So Poulin with the 10-yard touchdown pass to Daigle. And now Rainey for the conversion. He is 3 for 3 on the night. Snap good, ball down, plenty of length, and it is right through. And with 2:12 left in the third quarter, Leavitt has opened up the gap even more. The score, the Hornets 28 and Cony 7. You're watching and listening to high school football on The Score.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. Because every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our Score crew back here at Libby Field at Turner High School. It's 28-7 with 2:12 left in the third quarter. Landon Rainey will kick off here. Colton Colby, Ethan Demmons back to return as the Hornets have opened up the gap. It's always nice when the field is only 27 yards long after the punt and the penalty.
Yeah, for Cony, just not a lot doing on offense.
All right, it is on the return here. It's Colton Colby, and Colby to the 35-yard line before he is wrapped up and hauled down on the play by Jamison Latalian. So Cony with work to do. They've got 14 minutes and 6 seconds to work with left in this football game. And it is 1st and 10 from the 35. 1st and 10 Rams. Morin with St. Onge in the backfield. 3 to the left. Going to flood over there. They're going to throw it in the flat. It's Cooper Clark. Clark with a little dance. Not much room to run, and he gets swarm tackled. Hornets usually come in swarms, don't they? Isn't that what they call them, a swarm of Hornets?
That's what I've heard.
It's not like a swallow or a gaggle or a group. It's a swarm.
The worst is whoever named the crow one obviously wasn't a fan because they named him a murder of crows.
Oh, man, I remember the first time I heard that as a kid. I think I was in like 6th grade, a murder of crows. 2nd down and 9. That was only 52 years ago. Second down and 9. Back to throw. Morin pumps once. Now loads it up. Looking for Demmons. This is a jump ball, and it's caught by no one. Henderson back in the game. He had the best chance at it. And Henderson a little slow to get up. He's taking a beating here.
Good to see it back out there. And I wonder a little bit of miscommunication there because both Vayu and Demmons in the same spot.
Somebody ran the wrong route. Stops the clock with $1:19 to go in the third. It is 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8. Clark wide to the right. Demmons the slot. Wide to the left side. Hankey. St. Ange the runner. Morin rolls to the right. Looks, fires, and the flat ball is caught 45. Turning up and getting out of bounds there is Ethan Demmons. Demmons with a catch and some yardage on the run after the catch. A first down. He gets into Leavitt territory at the Hornets 49.
Give him 14. That's his 6th catch. He's got 123 yards.
Good night. He'd have over 200 if one of his linemen hadn't committed a holding penalty.
Factual.
1st and 10 from the 49. Morin. Back to throw. Middle screen to Demmons, to St. Ange. St. Ange goes wide, looks for a block, breaks a tackle 40. Down the sidelines he goes. Great run after the catch by Anderson St. Ange as he somersaults out of bounds. That is a big boy football play right there.
Yeah, he took a shot there at the end, but he plays linebacker on the other side. We know he likes contact.
St. Ange is a really good football player when you consider that Noyes is the starter and he's the backup.
Give him 19.
So Anderson St. Ange with 19. Back to throw Morin. Morin loads it up, throws it high, downfield, end zone, incomplete. And there are no flags. Back there covering Dane Cabral. And it was intended for Ben Hankey in the far corner of the end zone. So it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the Leavitt 30. Clock stops with 54.4 seconds left in the quarter. We have a play clock here, which is cool. It's under the scoreboard to the right, and it's down to our left in the corner. It's nice to have. Morin rides, gives it now to St. Ange. Can't break that tackle. Hustling up there to make the play, Noah Douglas, a senior, wearing number 12. He made the stop. He stopped the clock. Did he get out of bounds? Nope, there's a flag down. That's why. Flag down at the 32. So let's see what Jeff Mertzel says. Face mask on Leavitt. And she's going to be a big one, AJ.
Yeah, that's a 15-yard variety. Cony gives Cony some life.
So a 1st and 10 for the Rams at the 14. 47.5 seconds left in the third. Rams trying to close it to 2 scores. Hankey wide to the left, wide to the right is Demmons. Slot is Clark. Clark comes in motion. Back to throw. Morin whips it right side. Demmons hadn't turned yet. It is incomplete. Cony coaches wanted a flag. Not sure I would agree. Stops the clock with 38.6.
Yeah, by my count, I think Morin is currently 10 for 22.
Tough night.
Just not finding stuff. It seems like it's been one of two things. When he hasn't found something, he did find something, but then a penalty wipes most of it out.
2 to the left, 1 to the right for Parker Morin. St. Ange behind him in the backfield. They're going to hand it to him. St. Ange trying to bounce it outside, avoids a tackle, puts his head down, and is near the 10.
Tell you what, St. Ange does not shy away from contact. Oftentimes he seeks it.
And you know what? He's very slightly built, too. I was watching him here on the sidelines. He can't weigh 170 pounds. Now, you got an injured man on the field. You got to stop the clock here. Finally, they do. You got a kid crawling off.
Yeah, I believe, Mike, that's Daigle.
Yeah, it is. He turns over. So we've got an injury timeout. 15.8 seconds left in the quarter. You saw Morin running out there, getting his offense all lined up, while you had Daigle, who apparently has a cramp, trying to crawl off the field, and I almost thought we were going to get a play called, a play run while that happened. He is up and walking it off, so good for that. So Morin brings him out 15.8. The clock starts now. Morin, long snap count. What are they waiting for? Not going to run the play. They're going to let it go and run the clock out. So that is the end of the third quarter. Cony driving. They've got work to do. They almost have to score when we come back to score after 3. The Leavitt Hornets 27 and the Leavitt Hornets 28 and the Cony Rams 7. You're watching and listening to high school football on The Score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Oh, please start. You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Third quarter breakdown brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. 1 touchdown in the third quarter on a short field. Leavitt goes 27 yards for a score. Poulin a 10-yard pass to Daigle. Rainey with the extra point. 28-7. That's where we stand right now. Our third quarter breakdown brought to you by 201 Service. Here we go. 3rd down and 6 at the 11-yard line for Cony. Morin back to throw. Over the middle, and he throws it behind his intended receiver, Veyu. No way he could catch that. And so Cony is going to have to convert on 4th down.
It looked like him miscommunication there. Veyu had some space. Veyu cut inside, though. And then, of course, Morin threw it outside.
So 4th down and 6 at the 11. Wide to the right side is Clark. Demmons is the slot. Hankey is wide left. Back to throw. Now Morin sets up a screen left side. He overthrows Anderson St. Ange. And Cony again knocks on the door, threatens, but can't get in the end zone, and Leavitt will take over on downs.
Credit that Hornets defense. They've just been able to keep Cony off kilter. Just not crisp, not able to execute, and then, again, some of the big plays they've had wiped out by penalty.
So Leavitt takes over at the 11 on downs. 1st and 10 for Brock Poulin and company from their own 11. Man goes in motion. The turn, the handoff to Rainey. Rainey right up the middle. Nothing fancy about that. It's meat and potatoes football to the 17. Give him 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, he's got his time now.
There's a ride him.
20 carries on the night. That was his 20th.
He has been great. All right, Poulin brings him out. 2nd down and 4. 2 receivers left. Garcia in motion and a fumbled snap, and Poulin just gets on it and will suffer a loss on the play. A guy who's had a good defensive night for Cony, 84, Austin Bucknam on the tackle.
Nice job by Poulin there as he tried to do something with it, not having it knocked out of his hands again.
3rd and 4, a running clock, 10:45 left in the 4th quarter. Henderson coming back in the game. Mason with 3 scores on the night. Wide to the right side for Leavitt, Cabral. Wide to the left side, Mason Henderson. Back to throw. Poulin looks left, throws right. Cabral overthrown at the 48. Pretty good coverage there by Ethan Demmons.
Well, Cony gets a 3 and out.
Yep, they got the clock stop, too, on the incompletion. They'll take it. Cooper Clark will return a punt here, or try to. 10:26 on the clock. Rainey to punt. 28-7 Leavitt. They have never trailed. Rainey at the goal line. Short snap, he handles it, and he shanks it off the side of his foot. That is Bia Lippert, almost able to catch that on the sidelines. And good field position. It's going to be at the 38 of Leavitt. Cony will wrap that up and take it.
Coach Lippert ought to know. You can't get that. You got to call poison. Get away from that. There's no reason muffing that one. You need the possession.
I would love to see him return a punt.
Maybe.
1st and 10 from the 38. Trips right, 2 to the left. They're all spread out. Morin, left side, Hankey. Turns. Guts inside, breaks a tackle, 30. Ben Hankey makes a play and gets a first down for Cony and more. Give him 14 or 15 on that play. And the Rams in business.
They've tried to find some opportunities for him and just haven't been able to click. They're just a nice little tunnel screen.
All right, it is to the 29.
24.
24. 1st and 10 for the Cony Rams, down 28-7. They need scores. That one is incomplete, intended for Hankey. That was well underthrown at the 20. So we'll have a 2nd and 10 from the 24. And field hockey coming Monday afternoon from Oakland as Messalonsky takes on Bangor. Game time, 5 o'clock. AJ and I with the call. Live video and audio on YouTube at Central Maine Sports. Also at 1160thescore.com and at centralmainsports.com. 2nd and 10. 2 right, now 2 left as St. Ange goes over there. Back to throw. Morin loads it up, fires right side, end zone, out of bounds. Intended for Demmons. Actually short of the end zone, 4 or 5 yards short. Good coverage there by Brody Poland, the sophomore. Stops the clock with 9:47.
Yeah, that one, I think Demmons was, running the full go, expected to have to maybe get underneath that one in the end zone. Instead, Morin leaves that one a little bit short and out of bounds.
3rd and 10. Twins right, 1 left. In the backfield, behind the quarterback, Morin, is Anderson St. Ange. Veyu goes in motion, back to throw Morin. Morin, middle screen. Oh, Veyu was lined up. I expected a much harder hit there from Rainey. He takes him down, though, at the 20-yard line, and we've got another big 4th down conversion possibility here for Cony. 4th and about 5.
Yeah, I think Rainey, credit to him, backed off a little bit because he could have planted.
He could have
Veyu.
absolutely cold-cocked him. All right, trips right, Twins left, 5 wide. Morin to throw. Fires right side. It's caught by Demmons. Demmons looking to make a play. Did he make enough of a play? He had to get to the 14. He did. It's a first down for Cony, and a much-needed first down.
Now that one just a quick, you've got enough space, I'm going to throw it out to you and then use that space.
Shy away from contact, and he sure as heck didn't there. So a short field, and Cony takes advantage. 38-yard drive. Here's Boston for the conversion. Snap is good. Ball is down, and that one is blocked. That one is blocked. It was Henderson that blocked it, and I think he got it right in the gut, AJ.
Whew.
Ouch.
That ain't feeling good.
So, Boston no good on the conversion. And with 8:51 left in the fourth quarter, the gap is closed, but still a healthy lead for Leavitt. The score, the Leavitt Hornets 28, the Cony Rams 13. You're watching and listening to high school football on The Score.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a bi-weekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
Notice the Mike Violet, AJ Knight, back here at Libby Field at Leavitt High School, 28-13. Cony has closed the gap. It's a two-score game again. Matt Boston to kick off. Henderson and Garcia both come up expecting a short kick, and it's going to make it out of bounds. That's a live ball. What is Garcia thinking? It's a Cony ball. Garcia just stood there and watched it. I think he thought or maybe hoped it would go out of bounds, but of course after a kickoff travels 10 yards, it's a free ball.
Wow.
And Garcia just stood there and watched it like it was a bomb that was ready to go off. And Cony's got the ball at the 20-yard line. What a wacky, bizarre play.
And you know who was down there right away giving the refs some help is who recovered that. Coach Lip. That's Rams ball. That's Rams ball.
1st and 10 at the 20. Back to throw Morin. And he spikes it. He had nowhere to go. Just threw it in the ground. Take the down and move on. We have an injured player down for Cony. That's St. Ange. That's pretty significant. Anderson got decked. I think the Cony coaches want a penalty called. None was. So it's just an incompletion, 2nd and 10. But what a bizarre play by Ian Garcia, who just stood there and watched that kickoff stop and not go out of bounds and be recovered by the opposition. 2 to the right, 2 to the left for Parker Morin. Anderson St. Ange in the backfield, Morin to throw. Looks right, fires right, and it is through the hands of one man, almost caught by the second man. It went through the hands there of Demmons. It was almost caught by Cooper Clark.
Well, not just that.
And almost picked.
Yeah, it went through 3 sets of hands. Because Demmons had the first crack at it. It was too high. And then him going up for a temporary block, the vision of Poland, who then reacted late. And then, like you said, Clark down on the ground had a chance to snag it.
Clark, Demmons to the right, Hankey to the left. He was to the left as well. Morin fires left side. It's caught there by Hankey. Hankey's out of bounds with a first down. Just got past the stick. That is a first down for Cony. They can close this to a 1-score game.
This game is nuts. We have 8.5 to go, and this game is nuts.
1st and goal for Cony. They got it inside the 10, did Hankey. 1st and goal. Trips right, 1 left for Parker Morin. Morin hands to St. Ange. He goes through traffic. St. Ange is close to the goal line. A couple of Cony players with their arms up, but the officials don't have theirs up yet. Timeout is called by Jeff Mertzel. I don't know why.
It looks like
you got to set the sticks. No, you don't have to set the sticks.
No, it's first and that was 1st and goal. There's goal to go.
What is this?
I think there was a player that got up slow.
Clock shouldn't have stopped there. No outward reason. Now it's going to start. It's almost arbitrary, it seems. Here's Morin after the direct snap, and Parker's in. And this is a 1-score game. Or it could be. No, it can't. All right, 28-19. If they get a 2 or even a 1. So Morin scores. Look at me trying to do math.
That's what I'm saying. I can't watch another
Morin,
game.
A 1-yard run. Comes at 3:46. And Morin, after a bad snap, Scrambles around, throws it to the end zone. It's batted around, and it's incomplete. There's more wackiness.
That one I think was supposed to be a throwback to Morin. It was backwards, which is why Morin can pick it up, and it was spiked into the ground.
I didn't see it from the beginning. I was writing down the touchdown run, and so I didn't see what happened. Are you running a replay on it?
Yeah, the kicker basically ran and was going to throw it backwards for a double pass.
Okay.
But he spiked it in the ball. It was in ground. It was backwards, though, so it was a lateral. And then Morin trying to buy some time to get it to somebody, but nobody was open.
So the 2-point pass is no good in the end, and so it stays a 2-score game at 28-19. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to kick there. And make it 28-20.
I'm surprised too. No, isn't the normal thought process? Not that Coach Lip doesn't go for it, but normal thought process: put off the 2 until you have to.
He's not normal.
That's why I started with that.
Tonight's game brought to you by SBS Carbon Copy, Main Street, Waterville. Where printing's personal, not puzzling. By Skowhegan Tire Center, they beat any price. Route 201 in Skowhegan, and by Skowhegan Savings Bank, making our communities a better place to live and work. Matt Boston to kick off. 28-19, long time to go. 8-14, we've already seen wackiness. Look at this. Almost a carbon copy, but this one went out of bounds, and Garcia was right there to make sure. Flag down, of course. This is a penalty because the ball did go out of bounds. So you can either take the penalty, move them back 5 yards, or take the ball at the 35. What's the decision? I think it's going to be take it at the 35, which sounds like sound strategy to me. And so Leavitt, seems like it's been a while since the Hornets have had the football.
It seems like with this fourth quarter has already been a while, and we're not even halfway through yet.
Yeah, it's 9:16, and normally we're packing up on 7 o'clock start games.
This is a just crazy game.
We might make it home by midnight. 1st and 10 at the 35 for Leavitt. Their lead has been shaved to 28-19. Keegan Rainey on first down trying to get through a wall of red. Ain't going to happen.
Yeah, nice job, Cony D. Maybe 6 inches on forward progress.
You're giving him a yard.
I have to say, that was a generous one, I think, at that. There was nothing going.
Giving him a yard. 2nd and 9. 2nd down and 9.
The other thing that's curious, Mike, to your point, even with 8 minutes left about not going for the 1, is then you start those timeouts, right? You can stay for a possession, not 2.
Poulin in the gun, Garcia in motion. Jet sweep to Garcia, turns the corner, 40, and to the 45, close to a first. Going to be about the length of the football shy, according to my eye. I am right on the stick at the 45.
Yep, good call. About the length of a football.
Yep, so 3rd and short. 7:25 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 28-19, Leavitt. 3rd and short.
3 guesses who's going to carry this one. The guy with 113 yards on the night, probably.
The guy wearing 33 right to the left of Brock Poulin. In the gun, Garcia in motion. Nope, we were both wrong. Garcia gets the first, breaks a tackle, gets more. He runs tough. And Garcia to the 49. He's got the first. So we were both wrong. Again.
Shocker, right?
Stunning.
Ooh, Demmons, Galen getting us a close-up. Demmons is coming up slow.
B.L. Lippert out to help him off the field. Trainer out.
He is really feeling in some pain.
That left leg, foot, whatever. That's a key loss for the Cony Rams. Ethan Demmons is a huge part of what they do on both sides of the ball. Down he goes. Trainer points at the knee, jabs at the knee. She's going to roll up that pad, roll down his sock, and get to work. Shin, maybe? As he rubs the shin, we'll keep an eye on him, 1st and 10, Leavitt at the 49 of Cony. Leading 28-19. Here's Mr. Rainey. Rainey in traffic, and he's wrapped up from behind by Tibbetts. But precious clock being eaten up here. 6:20 to go.
Only about 2.
2nd and 8. Diesel Cox. on the tackle.
That's who you expect when the other team's trying to grind it down. Diesel Cox is going to step up because he's got the name for this moment.
You know, when he gets out of the job market, if Diesel Cox walks into my office looking for a job, I'm hiring him on the spot just because of his name.
I second that.
I want a guy named Diesel Cox working for me.
I agree.
You are hired, young man. We got a timeout. Timeout on the field. Called by Leavitt. We'll take it two very quickly. 5:48 to go in the fourth. It's Leavitt 28, Cony 19. More football, fourth quarter football from Leavitt coming up after this on The Score.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
The Leavitt Hornets trying to put away the Cony Rams here. Take a timeout. 5:48 left in the fourth quarter. They've got a 9-point lead. Just trying to run some clock here. Cony's got to score twice in order to take the lead. Matt Boston is a pretty decent kicker. I don't think they've tried a field goal yet this year. He's no Landon Foster, we know that. He's no Legatron. All right, 2nd and 8. After the timeout, here's Poulin. Garcia in motion. And the handoff to Rainey. Or check that, Rainey was the quarterback on that play. Yeah. So Keegan Rainey was the quarterback on that play. He started the game at quarterback. Direct snap to him in the Wildcat. And he gets probably 5. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, he took that direct snap, and I don't know if he was going to hand it to Garcia or fake it, but it was low, so it threw off the timing, and then he just kind of worked his way around the left side. Still picks up 5, like you said.
Looks like Demmons has worked out what was ever hurting him. He is sprinting on the sidelines.
That's good news for Cony.
So I would expect him back in. 3rd and 3. Handoff Henderson. Henderson bumps into his own man, breaks a tackle, then wrapped up and put away. Great defensive play there by Caden Veilleux. Boy, when you can, he might have gotten the first, but when you can run down Henderson from behind. No, he did not get the first, excuse me, not even close. So they're going to punt. Cooper Clark back to return. Rainey standing at his own 45, 28-19 Leavitt. Just got it away. It was almost blocked there by Veilleux. Going to leave it, and it's recovered at the 10-yard line by Leavitt. So good punt by Rainey. He pins the Leavitt Hornets at the 10. So Cony 1st and 10 at the 10. A long field, 90 yards to go. Demons not out there on offense. Yes, he is. No, he isn't. He's still on the sidelines. 2 and 3 for Cony. Nope, Demons is in there. Passing the flat to Hankey. Hankey up the left side. Smashes his way for a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Running clock here. 4 minutes to go. So, yes, Demons back in. He's slot right now. Moore, no huddle. Back to throw. Parker looking to load it up. Does, and intended for Clark at the 45. He flashed open. Nobody around him, but the ball overthrown.
Yeah, Clark had a step, but Morin put that in the center of the field, whereas Clark was working up that right hash seam.
Stops the clock with 3:50 to go. 3rd down and 4 officially.
Curious. It has to have been one of the coaches on Leavitt. I hear them shouting from across the sideline, watch the screen, watch the screen.
3 left, 2 right for Morin. Here's the screen to Hankey. Hankey smashes ahead, 1st down. Ben Hankey to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 12. Had a Leavitt player down. He's up, though. Clock is stopped. There is a flag down. I can't see it, but there is a flag down. And Cony's backing up. Yep, blocking it back on the Rams. So they make a play. And, of course, we've seen them have a 91-yard touchdown pass called back. That is a play of significance now. So they are backed up. It is on the spot foul, 3rd and 8. Morin to throw it. Long again, looking for Hankey, and he made the catch! He makes the catch at the 41-yard line. I think mistiming that ball was Dane Cabral. I thought he got out of bounds, but no, he did fall on his backside inbounds. So they stopped the clock to move the sticks. Ball is set. 1st and 10 at the 41. Morin, left side, overthrows his man. It's Veyu at the 49-yard line. That was zipped. Went right through the wickets of Jackson Veyu.
That was the 38th pass attempt from Parker Morin.
Cody not bashful in throwing it. Which is how many completions?
18.
Okay, so tough night. Not even 50%.
No.
2nd and 10 from the 41. 28-19 Leavitt. 3 left, 2 right. Leavitt will rush 3. There's a little shovel there. Here is Demons. That ankle or foot or leg looks fine, and Demons up near the stick. They say he is out of bounds. Let's see where just he went out of bounds. Is it enough for the first? Boy, the ball is right there.
First down marker.
It is. Jeff Mertzel says, yep. Sticks get moved. 1st and 10, Cony up the 49. 3:10 to go. You score a touchdown, maybe an onside kick. Got to get the touchdown first. Here's St. Onge. Bounces outside 45 and scampers out of bounds. He's got another first down.
Heads up play there, too, by St. Onge. As he broke it, he gained a couple extra yards and made sure he jumped out of bounds.
Don't let anybody stop you. 1st and 10 from the 38. Cony in business. 2:58 to go. Morin grabs the play from B.L. Lippert. All right, wide to the right side. You got Clark, you got Veyu, you got St. Onge in the slot. Now Demons in motion. Jet sweep to him. Ethan Demons to the corner. Leavitt covered it well. Woo! He broke away from it, though. After Leavitt made the initial hit, got a small gain. Did he get out? Yes.
Yeah. Had a nice job there dodging tackles there, but just strung out.
And we got something going on over there on the far side. Jeff Mertzel talking to the Leavitt coaching staff. A gain of 2.
That was well strung out.
I think some of the Cony fans are yelling that there should be 2:45 on the clock. They're not going to change that. 2:39 will stay. Whatever it was, it's passed. 2nd and about 7. Morin rolls left, looks in the flat. Ball is caught by St. Onge. He gets inside, then he gets outside. There's a smart football player right there. Mr. Anderson St. Onge gets out of bounds again.
Especially if he cut inside. Nice job recognizing.
That's just really smart, AJ.
Yes, 100%.
For a sophomore. That is some smart football right there. All of that took just 9 seconds. They get the 1st and 10 from the 24. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. St. Onge right beside Morin. He gets the give. Puts his head down to the 20 and is down to 18. Yes, put him at the 18, give him 6. Cony's going to play on the fly here. 2-3 to the right. Hankey to the left. St. Onge on 2nd and 4 to the right of the quarterback, Morin. Parker to throw. Got to get rid of it. He does. He just got rid of it. Can't take a sack. Veyu was in the area. That was an in-the-neighborhood throw.
Yeah. Like you said, got to get rid of that, got to save the clock.
Clock stops, 2:01 left in the fourth quarter. It is 3rd and 4 from the 18. Excuse me. Clark wide to the right, Demons the slot. Actually, Veyu's in the slot beside that. They're going to hand the ball off. St. Ange. St. Ange 10. Pow! He runs right into Riley Meisner, but he's down to the 9. Should be goal to go. Cony playing some doggone tough football here in the fourth quarter.
St. Ange especially.
He has been a boss. 1st and goal at the 9. 1:47 to go. 3 right, 1 left. Morin rolls right. Morin looks. Morin fires. End zone. It is incomplete, but a flag is down. A flag is down right where the ball went down. There's also a flag near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Cony,
so we might have offsetting?
Cony coaches up here predicting offsetting or saying offsetting.
Right. I'll go with them. So sounds like a hold on Cony and maybe pass interference on Leavitt?
Yep, offsetting.
Okay, so never mind. What you just saw didn't happen. 1st and goal at the 9. Trips right, 1 left. Morin in the gun, back to throw. Looks left, now looks off that. Fires middle. Oh, almost picked off there. That ball was nearly in the hands of Alden Nickerson.
Yeah, just didn't see him. Nickerson was covering Clark. That's not who Morin was throwing it to, though.
Check that, Aiden Nickerson. That I looks like an L to my old eyes, so it's Aiden Nickerson. 2nd down and goal at the 9. Clock is stopped, 1:35. Twins right, Twins left. St. Ange in the backfield with Morin. They're going to run it to St. Ange. He can't break a tackle. He might have the 6. B.L. Lippert yelling to Morin what a possible play might be. They're going to line up no huddle. Cony plays very well on the fly, 2-2. To St. Ange again, squirts through, St. Ange, touchdown! Anderson St. Ange goes in from 9. And Cony goes 90 yards for a touchdown.
How about that?
They will kick here. Matt Boston, tee down. Parker Morin to hold, 28-25. This to make it a 2-point game. Boston steps it off. Snap good. It's down, and it is no good. Not that it makes that much of a difference, but kick is wide left, so it stays a 3-point game. Onside kick forthcoming.
This game, Mike, this game.
It has been crazy.
That is an understatement.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for the 2:01 service fourth quarter breakdown. It is going to be wacky.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns, right, by my count, looking here, by Cony this quarter.
The play of the quarter is the kickoff that Garcia stood there and watched. All right, 1:13 to go.
Cony still has all 3 timeouts, too. Very important to note.
So Boston getting ready to put the ball down. You've got a lot of guys with numbers in the 20s, 30s, and 40s up on the front line for Leavitt, the good hands guys. There are no linemen out there at all. And so Boston has the ball traditionally set on the tee the way you would. And here it is. He squibbed it. It hit its own man. It's recovered by Cony. And Apparently, it's a dead ball. All right, so the onside kick unsuccessful. Now remember, Cony's got their timeouts. Got to burn them.
They got to stop him from picking up 10.
1:12 on the clock. Now the ball at the Cony 46.
Here's what it comes down to. Can Cony get 3 stops?
1st and 10.
I was going to say, Mike, we had that sweep on the last third down, but Henderson, you ain't called his name a whole lot in the second half.
1st and 10 from the 46. It is Rainey and the Wildcat. Rainey gets the snap. Drives it right side, flag down behind the play. This is holding on Leavitt.
That stops the clock, too.
Yep, Keegan Rainey's run will be negated. Hornets called for a hold 10 yards from the spot of the foul. All of this will happen, obviously, with the clock stopped, which is key for the Rams. Got to try to punch that ball out.
Yeah, you are going to have to rip at it. Cony has forced a fumble. It was on Poulin, though.
So the ball back to the 45-yard line on the penalty, and it's 1st and 20. 1st and 20. Keegan Rainey comes out after a quick consult with the coaches. He will be the quarterback, and now
somebody started running the clock.
B.L. Lippert jumped on the field, and he's got a point. The clock doesn't start until the ball is snapped, right?
I believe it's correct with a penalty.
Now the teams are leaving the field. Apparently, we've got a full-blown timeout call.
Coach Lip's got to be careful. He doesn't want to. He's totally right, but you don't want to give the refs a reason to give Leavitt the free 15.
All right, so the defensive coordinator for Cony will talk it over, and BL, meanwhile, will walk it off here. So 54.9 is what is on the clock now. I guess Cony took a timeout. First and 20 from the 45. Leavitt comes out ready to roll. Keegan Rainey and the Wildcat. 2 tight ends, 2 blockers in the backfield. Rainey, right side. He's only got one hand on that ball. It's there. Of course, it would help if Cony would tackle him. It's taken about 10 of the 11 Rams. You got a player taking his helmet off on the field. You can't do that.
Yeah, there's the flag. I was going to say.
That's Aiden Nickerson, who foolishly took his helmet off. The play wasn't even blown dead yet. What was he thinking?
You see it here at the end. He shoved someone before he did it, too.
It was just foolishness there from 52.
They mark the ball down at the 34.
Well, right now, one thing is for sure. This is the wackiest game this year by far.
Oh, it's not even close. He picked 34, so he picked up 21 yards on the carry. And then, that unsportsmanlike conduct, we could show it to you again on the Mid-State Machine Instant Replay.
That's just foolishness.
He shoves Clark and then takes his helmet off to say something to him. That's an easy call right there.
So it starts out with Cony just apparently refusing to want to tackle Keegan Rainey. And it ends up with Alden Nickerson.
Got to be Cony, right?
I think.
So for recollect, by my math, it was 1st and 20. Rainey picked up 21, so you got the first down. Then there's the 15. I have no idea.
Now they're right back to where they were, but it's 1st and 10.
Yeah, because they were on the 45 originally.
Okay.
Or last play. I don't want to say originally because there was a hold before that. It's just been a wow.
All right, so the ball's on the 49 of Cony. 1st and 10, Leavitt. And now they've got a deep man and they're going to take a knee, and they're going to run the clock out here. Direct snap to Rainey because Cony's out of timeouts. And so the game will end with the clock running out and Leavitt escaping with the victory, and this is one that Cony is going to look back at and wonder, what if? Snap, knee, ball game.
What a weird game.
One of the wildest games in recent memory of mine, anyway. And it will go in the win column for the Leavitt Hornets. The final in this one from Libby Field and Turner. The Leavitt Hornets 28 and the Cony Rams 25. Our post-game show and our score player of the game coming up on The Score.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com, where printing's personal, not puzzling.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Alrighty, Mike Violet and AJ Knight back here live at Libby Field, where they are about to play or are playing Sweet Caroline right now to celebrate holding on and beating the Cony Rams, the Leavitt Hornets 28 and the Cony Rams 25 in one of the strangest, kind of quirkiest games that we have had in recent memory. I saw things tonight that I don't think I've ever seen before. One of them was Ian Garcia standing there and watching a kickoff roll right at his feet and not pick it up. It was recovered by Cony at the Leavitt 20-yard line, and they took it in for a touchdown.
Yes. Before we get down to all these quirky plays, let's get our quarter breakdown out of the way.
It's time for the fourth quarter breakdown. It's brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. It was an eventful fourth quarter for sure in the fourth quarter breakdown. 6 possessions combined by these teams, 3 and 3. Cony scored 2 touchdowns in the quarter. 3 touchdowns in the quarter, beg your pardon. I wrote my C looks like an L there. Cony scored 3 touchdowns in the quarter. St. Ange, a 9-yard touchdown run. Moore in a 1-yard touchdown run. And then St. Ange with a touchdown run. And I didn't write down how many yards it was. But
6.
It was a 6-yard touchdown run. And it pulled Cony within 3. They missed the extra point. So it was 28-25 at that time. They tried the onside kick. It wasn't much of an onside kick and recovered by Cony. So that's the fourth quarter breakdown, brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. Plays that I haven't seen, the kickoff that Garcia watched, but I think the play that we'll talk about from this one for quite some time is a 91-yard touchdown that was called back. Watch this bomb by Parker Morin. Ethan Demmons in stride, gone. But look at Henderson close. You're going to see him late get into the picture. He almost caught him there. He did catch him, but he was already into pay dirt. That was called back because of a holding penalty.
91 yards.
That obviously is the difference in the game. If that touchdown is on the board, Cony probably wins this game. And that said, Mike Hathaway's probably thinking, this is a game we should have won going away, and we didn't.
Well, penalties are going to be a story. It got hard to keep track as things got so nuts. By my count, in just penalty yardage, the Leavitt Hornets finished with 9 penalties for 90 yards, including, and I have it recorded. Let me see if I can snag it for you. I don't know if I labeled it. I believe it is this one. So I'm going to show it to you, Mike, right here at the tail end. Kearney doesn't get tackled. You see he's coming in here, shove, and then take the helmet off. And you'll see the flag fly in here late.
What are you doing there? You can't do that. It's just
a bizarro
improbable
game.
thinking. Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's now 9:45, so this game got done 5 minutes ago. So we're 2 hours and 40 minutes. There's no pitch clock here tonight.
No.
It took a long time to play. A lot of things happened.
And to your point, here's one more we can point out to you, and then we'll show you the highlights from the game. So Cony finally gets another touchdown after such a slow start. And then Garcia watches that bounce, and it stands there. And even the first Cony guy doesn't go down to get it. And then whoever that was sprinted late just falls on it. Cony starts at the 20-yard line. They punch that one in, and that's what made it a game.
The only thing I can think of there is the great old line by the great old Detroit Tigers play-by-play announcer, Ernie Harwell, when somebody would take a called third strike. He would say he stood there and watched it go by like a house on the side of the road. That's what Garcia did right there. He stood there like it was some sort of miracle happening right in front of him and didn't go and pick the ball up. Hey, go kick it out of bounds. Do something there other than what he did.
Yeah, to your point, no disrespect just in terms of sports analysis, not the mentally sharpest game from either team.
No.
We had so many I think you can I feel pretty confident saying the number of 15-yard penalties we had in this game was more than you and I have had in, I believe, seven previous football games. It was just, it got chippy. There was not great decisions made. And then to your point, and maybe just exhausted, that helmet, the taking off the helmet, which is 15 yards, ultimately didn't matter for Leavitt. They were able to knee it down. That comes after Cony, who had the Hornets backed up to 1st and 20, allow Rainey to go up through the gut of the offensive line and then push a pile for 10 yards to pick up 21 on 1st and 20 and run the clock out. Like, it just a bizarro game.
Anderson St. Onge, you're just seeing him spin into the end zone for a touchdown as Cony here kicks it off. And this time, is this the one that went out?
Yeah, this is the full. One that went out. No, this is the recovery again. This is your full game highlights from this. Just it will not totally encapsulate, but you can just encapsulate a certain extent.
There's more in with a touchdown. Anderson St. Onge, in a losing cause, played a marvelous game tonight for the Cony Rams. He is a terrific player, and the crazy thing is he's the backup.
Yeah, well, especially considering at halftime he had 15 yards on 8 carries, ends up going 20 carries for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns, both in the second half. Did lose a fumble, not totally his fault, it was on exchange, but a nice recovery there in the second half. He was a big spark for that.
But Mason Henderson was the spark plug tonight, and Henderson just lit it up, scored a touchdown in the first quarter on a 1-yard touchdown run, scored 2 more touchdowns in the second quarter, a 36-yard throw and catch from Poulin to Henderson, capping off a 75-yard drive, and then not that much later on, a 13-yard touchdown run for the Leavitt Hornets to get the score up to 21-0. And at that point, it looked as if they were just going to run away and hide. Then Cony scored 21-7, as you see Henderson break away there. Unfortunately, the side of the press box got in the way. But then after 21-7, Cony maybe some life. A 10-yard pass from Poulin to Daigle made it 28-7, and that's the point. I'm sure Mike Hathaway's thinking, we got to win this game and win it easily. And instead, they didn't score another point, and Cony really tightened the screws on them. And, again, you look at the 91-yard touchdown that was called back, that could have won the game.
Yeah, I think both teams come away from this really not happy with either performance. Just to encapsulate Henderson's night, finished 6 carries, 28 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he had 5 catches for 109 yards, and a touchdown. So 14.
Also had a pick.
And he had an interception on defense, So he had 11 touches for 137 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yep, so no doubt about it. Mason Henderson, congratulations. He is our score player of the game. We were told about Mason Henderson before the game, and he lived up to the billing that we were told about, that's for sure.
Honorable mention to Rainey, as you pointed out.
Yep.
He finished on the night with 26 carries for ended up being 133 yards. He lost 8 yards on 2 kneel downs. And I also wanted to say, Mike, I believe before we get out of here, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, lost track of the craziest of the game, we do need to thank Central Maine Motors
Yes,
Auto Group.
let's do that right now. Thanks to Central Maine Motors Auto Group, one of our great sponsors, where they are the dealer with no dock fees. You can find them at cmautogroup.com. That's cmautogroup.com. We're back at it on Monday afternoon. We've got field hockey from Oakland. Monday afternoon at 5 o'clock, the Bangor Rams in town to take on the very hot Messalonski Eagles. Game time is 5 o'clock.
Figuring out that team is tough. Struggled to score, and then you beat probably two toughest teams in the area, minus Lawrence and Cony, obviously, have something to say about that.
They beat Skowhegan, they beat Brewer, and they are absolutely rolling both of those in overtime. So we're with you on Monday at 5 o'clock. So that's going to do it for us here tonight from Libby Field here in Turner. Our first visit here, we enjoyed it very much. Boy, they love their football here in Turner. They turn out en masse. So for Ashley Knight, for Galen Neal, for AJ Knight, I'm Mike Violet saying so long from Libby Field in Turner. Final score in this one, the Leavitt Hornets hang on. Leavitt 28 and Cony 25.
You've been watching yet another live local broadcast of high school sports on The Score. It's brought to you by Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors Auto Group, Hammond Lumber Company, Midstate Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service, Assistance Plus, SBS Carbon Copy, Manchester Motors, Casella Waste, Computer Improvements, Height Chevrolet, 201 Service Skowhegan, Connected Credit Union, KVFCU, Skowhegan Savings Bank, Skowhegan Tire Center, KMD Driving School, and Flagship Cinemas. Every game we do on The Score is always available for you to watch again or have someone else watch for the first time. All of our games are stored in the vault at centralmainsports.com and also on The Score's YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports. Please go and subscribe. To find out when the next game is on The Score, check out our game schedule at 1160thescore.com or centralmainsports.com. Your team from your town plays here on the place for local sports, The